Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. Number 1 Ohio State getting ready for its second road test of the season tomorrow at number 17 Illinois. It's a big noon kick in Champaign. Coverage on the Fan gets underway at 6:30 with the KeyBank pregame show. Matty Ice, Devere Posey, and Dane Sanzenbacher have that for you. Then the Central Ohio Toyota Dealers Tailgate Show takes over with AR, Tim May, and Dave Biddle. At 8:30, network pregame coverage with Skip and Jim, or with Paul and Jim, begins at 10:30. A Game 5 in the Major League Baseball playoffs tonight as Seattle hosts Detroit at 8. The winner faces Toronto in the American League Championship Series. Tonight on The Fan, it's Pickerington North hosting Grove City in our Capital Fort of Columbus high school football game of the week. This one's sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Enjoy rates lower than the national average, plus a special rate on balance transfers with a Visa Platinum or Visa with Rewards credit card.
It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner Funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
So where's the office, back at division? In the office, baby. Going up.
All right, here we go. Into a Friday, a football Friday, a hockey Friday, and everything else Friday. We're here for you. Rothman and Ice. Anthony Rothman, Matty Ice Hayes, the Loose Cannon. Great menu for you today. We got giveaways. We got mentions. Don't go anywhere. Right, Matty?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's good to see you again. Hope everybody's having a nice start to their Football Friday. You mentioned a giveaway. I will knock that out right now. We're giving away 2 more tickets to see Larry the Cable Guy at Mershon Auditorium Friday, February 20th. So stick with us if you're interested in that. Also, quick programming note, coming on Monday, we got a new segment that's going to start at 1 p.m. called The Floor is Yours. So we're going to open up the phone lines and let you rant about your sports teams. If you want to hop on and yell about your husband or wife, too, that is allowed as well.
Didn't know that was part of it.
Lock in. Monday coming at 1 o'clock. TLC is going to open up the phone lines for a new segment called The Floor is Yours. So looking forward to hearing from you guys. As always.
Don't yell at your spouse. Yell at us. Yell into the phone. We're your vent line, basically. All right, well, that's cool. Line them up now. TLC will put you on hold now. That way you're ready to go on Monday. If you can knock off Tim May, because he's already on hold. But if you can knock him, yeah, exactly. All right, so get on hold now and just...
be good.
I mean, it's not like the old days where you're paying for minutes. You guys didn't live through that era.
I got a little bit of that. A little bit of that.
Oh, I only got so many minutes left.
I can only call you after 9. 9 is when it's free. That was a thing for me.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Am I wrong to think that? Yeah, it was weird. Like long distance on a landline was like 8 times the price, but long distance on a cell was free. What kind of scam are they running?
Yeah, nuts.
All right, so let's set up the menu first. Cam Meller's going to come on. Talk some college ball with him at 12:30. We got overs and unders this hour. We have Pressure Cooker, obviously, in the second hour. Tim May already on hold. He'll be on at around 1:48. We'll get into the Illini and what they're bringing to the table with our guy Scott Ritchie of the News Gazette over there in Champaign. We'll talk, obviously, a lot about whether that team's going to show up against Ohio State or not. We'll do our college football picks as well.
Yeah.
So we got a lot to do. Jackets. Okay. Tough loss. And it's one of those that this is hockey. You're going to be on the wrong side of calls. You're going to be on the right side of calls. And they hit some posts. They put a lot on Saros. He's still very good. They came out flying. That was a fast, tough team last night. I'm talking about the Jackets. And if we want to answer one main question on whether Jet could handle some pressure. We know he's physically a freak, and he's great. He'll always be prepared physically. Mentally, you're wondering. You're starting the season now. This isn't just hop on hop on at the end,
right.
And if it doesn't go our way, no big deal.
Yeah.
But he was Superman at the end of last season, and then he got to start opening season. And I know Dean told T-Bone and Tyvus, don't read into it. I am going to read into it. They don't have a number one goalie. They're searching for a number one goalie. They think they may have a number one goalie in Jet Greaves. And I will tell you, and I know Rhino is still here because he and I were talking Jackets this morning.
Oh, you guys were talking. I was so entertained. So I'm at my desk, and the beauty of this is like, hey, in between breaks, you guys can come out in the hallway, and guys can go. We're listening around here, right? And so you and Bake Show were talking about something that happened last night. That was a very important moment in the game. And it just sounded like two brothers going after each other. And I was here for it. So Bake Show is here. Ryan Baker does a great job on, 9 to noon here with Bo and Reeser every single day. He is here to give his take because I think you guys have differing perspectives on a certain moment in the game. So Bake Show, hello. Appreciate you sticking around.
Hello.
Now, I want you guys to bring this to the air.
So the only thing about last night's game to me, the only point that I have on any of it is if Edmonton was down a goal with 1:30 left, Connor McDavid is on the ice. No questions asked, no ands, ifs, or buts. No matter how tired he is, no matter how many shifts he just had, he is going to be on the ice. If the Penguins are down, Sidney Crosby is going to be on the ice. I think we all agree that Adam Fantilli is one of the Blue Jackets' most offensively skilled players, one of their best offensive players, and he is supposedly your future superstar, the guy that you are going to build this team around. Last minute and a half last night, 19 was on the ice. I saw 3 on the ice. I saw 38 on the ice. I love Voronkov. I think he should have been out there. He was on the ice. No number 19. And that's a big problem to me.
Okay. He's looking at it completely black and white. There is no nuance or situation to what he just said. This would be like saying, I'll make the quick analogy. I'll bring you in on this.
Okay, I'm here. I got you.
You got a shooter who's having an awful night, and a guy on your bench who's outplaying him in basketball. He's having a better night.
Yeah.
You need a bucket. Are you going to the on paper best shooter because if in a bad game or a game where he's not a quiet game? I don't want to disrespect fans.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I'm not here to tell you he had an awful game. He was having a quieter game.
Yeah.
Charlie Coyle was having a better game. It's a gut call. These are what coaches get paid for. The other thing I don't think Rhino's considering right now is situational. You had a couple frozen pucks there in the last minute and a half. A lot of times you're going to have 2 centermen out there. A lot of times he took his time out with a minute left. At that point, I'm assuming you think he's got to have fans out there.
He should have been on the ice.
So he's going with a different 6 there, maybe a different forward group that he has more confidence in. And he may want 2 centermen out. He may want to have Boone and Monty out there. So I'm just saying, because the guy had 30 goals last year, this is game 1, not game 40. You have to feel it out a little bit. Situationally, Coyle was probably outplaying Fance. That's my gut. I assume, because I'm not there, but I'm assuming that's my deal. Those situations, coaches go with their gut. Dean made it very clear last night when I was watching the game. I've got my bigs out there. I need a goal. I want to have some big bodies in front of the net. And for that night, I think when you need the puck, you have to have 2 centermen out there. Somebody gets kicked out of the dot, and all of a sudden, we need to win that faceoff.
Fantilli's not a centerman?
And you're not. I'm just saying, I think Boone and Monty, you're going to trust a little more in that situation.
He couldn't have been out there, too, with Coyle?
Against O'Reilly, who, by the way, you're not winning many faceoffs against him anyway. It doesn't mean Fance was awful. I'm just saying it's situational, and I think what you're saying is no matter what the situation, no matter what, that he's got to be out there because you need a goal.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, Phil Jackson didn't take Michael Jordan off the court in that time. I get it's a different sport.
Between
I get it's a different sport.
Nobody did drop the play for Tony Kukoc.
Hold on. I'm not. I get all of it, and I'm not comparing Adam Fantilli to those guys. I'm just saying in that spot, he has to be on the ice. I don't care how the game has gone. You need a goal.
I think that's your mistake, what you just said. You need your best offensive players out there. He has to be on the ice. Like, this is the guy you're supposed to be building this team around for the future. Fantilli needs to be out there. No questions asked.
I guess
you have timeouts.
I disagree with that.
You have frozen pucks.
He already took his timeout,
and he should have came out.
Well, you had a stoppage at 1:43. And Ronnie was out there, Olivier was out there, Coyle was out there, and Sevo and Zach, because Sevo was playing well. Mm-hmm. And in the 6-on-5, it was Marchie, Monty, Boone, and Coyle. That's what I was in the final 30.
Yes, and that was the whole time.
All I'm saying is, well, the whole time, it's continuation of the puck. There's no stoppage there. I mean, you're playing those guys that you put out there. My point is that I think you're looking at this from a straight, he's better, he's the skill guy, he's got to be out there, and I feel that Coyle was outplaying him last night. And those are the situations that coaches get paid a lot of money to make. And if they would have scored, I'm sure you wouldn't have been saying anything. But they didn't.
Absolutely
so
would have been saying
it's
something.
Results based. You're telling me if they would have tied it up with that lineup that you would have
I still would have been upset that Fantilli was not out there. If I'm a coach, I'm going down with my best.
You're best on paper, but you're coaching the game.
You're
59 minutes into a game.
Let me bring this scenario to you guys. If we were talking about an Ohio State situation to where throughout a game, Jeremiah Smith had, let's say, a few.
You guys are comparing.
Let me just bring this to the table. Let me just bring this to the table. If he had a few drops in the game, right, and you're just saying he doesn't have it today, and on the flip side of that, Brandon Ennis is having a solid day. And on a final drive, Coach Day doesn't have Jeremiah on the field, but Brandon is out there. What type of conversation would we be having? Is that where you're kind of leaning?
You want your best player out there in the keyest, in the biggest moments.
Yeah. I get that. I do get that.
I think there's nuance to the conversation. That's all I'm saying. This is not to disrespect that Fance didn't deserve to be out there. I'm giving you what I believe was his thinking.
This is all I'll say. You will never, ever see Edmonton or Pittsburgh in that situation without McDavid or Crosby on the ice. Never.
I don't know about never.
Never.
Well.
Ice, you ready for 81 more games?
Yeah, this is great. I love
and that's
the
the beauty of it. It's just game one.
This is the,
all right,
the best part.
Can we agree on one thing? All right, maybe. I don't think he should start Elvis against Minnesota. I think Jets should go right back out there.
Ride the wave.
He played so well last night. You got to win. You lost the game. He wants to win in Minnesota. I think Jets clearly the better guy right now because he started him. I know he wants us not to read into this, and I'm not saying that he won't do it. That he'll put Elvis out there, but if I'm him and I'm going back to Minnesota and I need to win, I'm taking the guy who just put up a 935.
Not only should he start against Minnesota, he should start the home opener Monday too.
Well, depending on how he plays against Minnesota.
They're saying he's the number one. And it may be like a 50-30 split, but he's the number one goalie on this team.
Yeah, I'd like to give him time. I'd like to give him some time, too. And so this is not a back-to-back. They don't play again until tomorrow. He should be ready to go. Yeah, I'd like to see Jet and Ned again because that had to bring the team some confidence, his performance right out of the gate. Had to.
I do think it will be Elvis Monday because they want Jet to start the home opener and Thursday against Colorado. So I think they do want to give Elvis one. So I do think he will start Saturday. I'm not saying that's the way it should be. I just think that's what they're going to do because they want Jet in both those home games next week.
That was a battle of goalies last night, and he was very good. He held up every part of the end of his bargain there. Yep. But I just think sometimes in hockey, it's not as simple as football where there's a stoppage after every play and you can get whoever you want out there. Like there's a setup shift at 2 minutes, Maddie, and if you don't get a stop, you can't reload and get the group you want out there. Now, last night he burned his time out, so that's fine. But it's a little more nuanced. It's something to watch for sure, and I think it's a one game feel from Dean. Charlie, he was out there for the last couple of minutes, so clearly he felt like he was out playing his other guy. Now KJ was out there with 45 seconds left or whatever,
and he should be.
But Fance wasn't.
And it's no disrespect to Charlie Coyle. I'm going down with 19.
All right. There you go.
Thank you, Big Show.
That was our hallway battle we just brought back to the air.
There it is.
All right.
more intense.
He clipped your mic.
The hallway battle was way more intense.
No, I think this was.
TLC's more interested in eating his gyro over there.
He really is. He's just pounding.
Yeah, that's what he was. Well, good stuff, Big Show. Have a good weekend, brother. Good to see you, as always. He gone.
Wait, what? Huh?
I have you turned up.
Oh, yeah, what? Huh?
He's
Just yell goodbye.
Bye, Rhino.
See you, boys.
All right, see you. All right, we'll come back. We'll get into the Illini. We'll get into the Illini and what they're bringing to the table against the Bucks on a Football Friday. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Have you already started your tailgate? Us too. It's Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
1-800-GOT-JUNK is your friend with the truck.
We make junk disappear.
All you have to do is point.
All our people are in uniforms.
And our trucks are clean and shiny.
And big.
We leave spaces empty and clean.
For you.
1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Country music's biggest selling superstar, Luke Combs, presents My Kinda Saturday Night Tour.
Sounds like my kind of Saturday night.
Luke Combs, live in concert in Columbus, playing at Ohio Stadium, Saturday, April 25th, with special guests Dirk Bentley, Ty Myers, Jake Worthington, and Thelma and James. Register now for the pre-sale at lukecombs.com.
Earn 2% cash back on purchases and pay 0% APR on balance transfers for 15 months with a new Kemba Financial Credit Union Visa. That's more rewards and less interest. Apply at Kemba.org. For purchases and balance transfers made in the first 90 days, restrictions apply. APR equals annual percentage rate. Variable and subject to change. Equal opportunity lender. Expires 10/31/25.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Hey there, you've got a ton of equity in your home. You're sitting on a gold mine. You could do so much with all that cash, like travel, invest it, or pay off debt. But you can't touch it unless you sell your home. But you really don't want to move. And besides, homes are sitting on the market a long time these days. You're trapped, right? Not with TrueHold. With TrueHold, you can cash out your equity in as little as 30 days. But listen, you don't have to move. You can stay in the home you love as a renter. That's TrueHold's Sell and Stay program. Cash out your entire home's value and stay put. TrueHold even covers property taxes, property insurance, and essential repairs. Imagine using that equity to travel, invest, or pay off debt, and you can stay in your home. It's brilliant, especially in this slow market. Get your all-cash offer now. Call 1-855-300-9993. Again, that's 1-855-300-9993, or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's TrueHold.com.
Hey, it's Anthony. Wouldn't you want to drive into the new season with a brand new Honda from Germain Honda of Dublin? You can lease the 25 Honda Accord LX for just $199 a month or finance at 3.99% APR. Or the 26 Honda CR-V LX all-wheel drive, leasing from only $319 a month or finance from 4.99% APR. These fall deals are fantastic. Visit Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270, or you can shop online anytime at GermainHondaofDublin.com.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
At the Ohio Lottery, we make Keno fun, your way. That means every few minutes across Ohio, 20 out of 80 possible numbers are randomly picked. And if some of the numbers you pick match, voila, you're a winner. Keno doesn't require you to know a single thing about sports, ball, or overs, unders, pluses, minuses, or lines, or whatever else. Keno is as simple as, did some of my numbers match? They did? Great. You just raked in some dough. There are more than 20 hours of Keno draws every day and thousands of places to play statewide. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? news? Oh, no. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
After quite the chilly start, we rebound nicely this afternoon with plenty of sunshine and highs right around 70. For tonight, mostly clear overnight with our lows down into the 40s, so not as cold. And then we kick off the weekend with mostly sunny skies and our highs getting into the low 70s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Matty was a big Browns fan. Scratch that, we mean he's a big fan of the former Browns. Oh, yeah? The Baltimore Ravens. This is Rothman and Ice.
All right. Duked it out. Ryan's in the sin bin now for a couple minutes. We'll release him when we feel like it. Buckeyes still 2 touchdown favorites at Illinois tomorrow at noon. Are you thinking this is a walkover? And what I mean by that is, in your mind, not a shadow of a doubt that this would be in doubt in the fourth quarter.
To me, it feels like another going into halftime, they're hanging around. That being Illinois. Like going into halftime.
From there because of them or because Ohio State has been notoriously a slow starter?
A combination of both. Like, it won't surprise me if we're talking 13-3 going into halftime, something like that. In the favor of Ohio State, and they did find a way to pull away late in games. We saw it against OU. We saw it against Washington. Like, I think that's kind of who they are right now, and I think that's a fine place to be when you have some of the things that they can rely on. One thing I'm not worried about is the focus of the team coming in. I was listening to some of Caleb Downs' podcast with his brother, and he mentioned that.
Is that your little brother?
That
good-looking kid.
The UCLA upset of Penn State, that kind of put them on alert, like, hey, you can't go anywhere in this country and feel like this is an automatic. And we know that Illinois is levels above UCLA right now. And so I think that part of the game I'm not concerned about. One thing I'm interested to see from Illinois' side of things on offense is, while, yes, they do have a senior under center, and that matchup between he and Matt Patricia is going to be awesome to see, right, with his experience versus the crazy stuff Matt Patricia is doing on defense right now in a good way, is, can Illinois run the ball at all on this defense? Because you look at 2 of the last 3 outings for them in Indiana, they couldn't do anything. They couldn't protect Luke Altmaier, and they could not move Indiana off the ball. And you look at what they did last week against Purdue, and they won the game, but they only ran it for 2.9 a carry. And so with the way that this defense is playing on the back end, I don't know if Illinois wants to get into this matchup and think that they're going to be able to throw themselves to a victory. And so that, to me, if I were an Illinois fan, is concerning, especially with how Ohio State is playing already on defense and how dominant they've been. Brett Bielema and his crew on offense are not running the ball well right now. And if you can't do that against Ohio State, then I think you're going to be in some trouble.
Couldn't stay within 50 points, Indiana.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is because they can't help their depleted secondary by controlling the clock. They can't. And if Illinois can't get some first downs and move the ball and keep it away from Sand, then, I mean, the running game is about as effective as anything you can have in football when you really think about it, fundamentally. It really is. It just, especially when you're a dog like they are. And if your running game doesn't show up and doesn't get anything going on the ground, then sure, it contributes to why you can't score, but it also contributes to why you just can't hold anybody back. Right. So I looked at their stats, and they're 2 running. I'm going back to that Indiana debacle. Illinois' 2 running backs combined for 11 carries for 29 yards. The longest carry for either one of their running backs was 6 yards. So now there was a ton of embarrassing moments for them. The lack of the running game certainly was one of them. I don't blame Luke Altmaier. He had an average game, and he didn't throw a pick. He probably should have thrown multiple. It was 146 and 1 touchdown. completion percentage was 64. And so Altmaier is experienced enough, but that offensive line has a lot to do with him being ineffective with the running game and the passing game. He doesn't have time in the pocket, and they can't run the ball. So everything failed for them against Indiana. Everything did. There's got to be their pride did show up the way I thought it would against the following week. Was that against USC?
I believe so.
Yeah. So when we were picking, I remember when we were picking that game, I just didn't feel like Bielema would allow them to still be thinking about Indiana a week later, and they weren't. They beat USC. It was a top 25 team, and they put 34 up on them. That's not much because USC doesn't have much of a defense. And while they gave up 27 at Purdue, they scored 43. I don't know what that means. They scored 45 at Duke. No one is scoring on Ohio State. I just feel like at home in a save our season or keep us from being more embarrassed type deal, I expect the Illini to somehow at least man up and see if they can, like you said, hang in the game for a half. I do think it will get away from them.
Yeah.
And I'll answer my own question. I highly doubt this game is in doubt in the fourth quarter. But it is a Big Ten game on the road against a team that we thought was good, that had a lot of guys back. I know they're missing a ton of guys against Indiana. They're getting some of those guys back. Not Xavier Scott, the guy they really need in the secondary.
He may not be back all year.
So I look at their schedule. They lost the big first narrative game at Indiana and got crushed. They could look at snowball effect. They can look at depleted secondary effect. They bounced back against USC and they beat Purdue. So they didn't lay an egg against Purdue either. So in their minds, the Indiana game was the one that they can flush like Ryan Day is telling them to flush, like he's flushing. There's only one game on their schedule left where they got a ranked team, and it just happens to have a number 1 in front of it. It's got to save their season on paper. Look, I'm a realist. Like I'm not diving into all the intangibles and saying, well, that means something. But I do think they will show up, and that's why I bet Fish that his team will score 10 points. Doesn't seem like too much to ask for in a must hang around, must win, must not get embarrassed game.
Ohio State always gets everybody's best shot. That's going to be times two because of what you're talking about, how desperate Illinois is going to be to try to hang on to any type of college football playoff hopes. And they knew before the season started that this game, the Indiana game, you had to get one of those. Well, they're already 0-1, and now, like you're saying, you're dealing with the best unit in all of college football right now. And so in that USC game, you look at the way that, Jaden Mayava was able to get off with his wide receivers. I mean, those guys were making a whole bunch of noise, right? Getting up and down the field at will from some of the stuff that I saw. Now, Illinois did win the game, but you look at what Julian Sand and this offense are starting to figure out and how efficient Julian Sand has been. I mean, that should be a bit of a comfortable day to me on offense. Now, to your point, it is a Big Ten game on the road, but they just checked that box going in to Washington in that type of environment. And so just the combination of everything and the way that they can take a defense on the road, like defense always travels. And so when you have that type of weapon in any type of environment, you're going to be able to put offenses and teams in a bind more times than not. And then just even digging a little bit deeper to what Ohio State's doing on defense, they're not giving anyone anything in the red zone. And so offenses know that even if we do move the chains down there, what are we going to do when we get down there? Because the Buckeyes are number 1 in the country in red zone defense. They have not allowed a single touchdown to anybody, and they've given up 3 field goals down there. So how many times can you get 7 against Ohio State? The answer to that is not many. And it'll be shocking to me if we see Illinois do that tomorrow more times than not.
It says blowout written all over it on paper. It does. It really does. That this is a team that's giving up. You know how many sacks Illinois has given up this year? 19.
Oof.
That leads the Big Ten.
Caden Curry, come on down.
Yeah. And that's why, well, no, that can't be right. They can't have. I'll check that. Yeah. I'll check that. I want to, TLC, maybe you can check out the stats. I'll look it up during the break. But
there were 5 or 6 games. That wouldn't surprise me.
He is the most experienced. I think Indiana had so many against him, like 7. That's probably why that thing got jacked up. But he is the most experienced guy in the Big Ten. And he doesn't turn the ball over, but he's not a dual threat. So how do you balance that? To me, it's if Ohio State doesn't give up any home runs, they probably win the game by 3 touchdowns. Yeah. To me, the only way to score on Ohio State now, if you could, is to sling it in there. You have to. Like, you have to throw it. You're not running it against them.
No, and Illinois hasn't shown the ability to run it. Like, even if this was some type of powerhouse run game, then it would look a little different. But the way that they're running it right now, they can't have much confidence that that's going to be a weapon that they can go to tomorrow.
He's got 3 passes of more than 60 yards, 5 over 50.
They ain't played this defense yet.
That's right. No, that's right. I'm just saying, on paper, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's got blowout written all over it. But it's like a baseball team that can't manufacture runs, but they got a couple sluggers. It's the only way sometimes you can win a game or keep yourself in it. 2 minutes, we come back with Cam Mellor, and we talk to him about whether the Buckeyes are ready to roll over Illinois. That's next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Bobcat Enterprises says thank you for your support as they celebrate 50 years of serving the construction industry. Established in 1975 in Cincinnati, Bobcat Enterprises has expanded to 9 stores to meet you where you are in Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. Find equipment for any construction project, including compact track loaders and excavators. Plus, Bobcat Enterprises rents compact equipment and attachments. Find current specials and locations at bobcatent.com. Or follow Bobcat Enterprises, Inc. on Facebook. Bobcat Enterprises, 50 years working for you.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hi, I'm Rick Germain for Toyota West. And with over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles available, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're looking for. And right now at Toyota West, take advantage of 0 down and 0 payments until 2026. And every pre-owned vehicle comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty for qualified vehicles. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road or get started today at ToyotaWest.com. Offer expires 10/31. No payments for deferred payment. Interest accrues at time of inception with approved credit.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
I'm back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Visit the Good Feet store today. Walk-ins are always welcome. Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road in Grove City.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey kids, Anthony once did magic for birthday parties. See, when you say it out loud, it doesn't sound so bad. Back to Rothman and Ice.
All right, Cam Mellor, ready to tell us whether the Illini have any magic at all to make this a football game. He's the chief analytics officer, PFN SN College, and he does so much for us. Cam, good to have you back.
Happy to be here as always. Yeah, the Illini magic might be tested this weekend.
Yeah, it would be a neat trick, right, if they could make this a 4-quarter game. The one thing you can say about them is they didn't curl up and die after Indiana gutted them. They did come back. It's one of those things where I don't know fundamentally what we thought they would be. They had a very experienced quarterback. They had a lot of guys back. There was a lot of hype and hope for them coming off their season, even though if you go back to last season, they still lost at Penn State. They still got drilled at Oregon. You tell me, did people miss on them in your mind?
It's tough. I think it's not the way that I think that they thought this season would go for them specifically. And it's not a traditional Illinois-based team. And the fact that they want to win by grinding games out and winning with the rushing attack and 5 offensive linemen that are actually going to physically impose their will on the defensive line. I think it's the opposite way. We have a different quarterback than what we've used to at Illinois in terms of the last few years, or a Brett Bielema team. But I think maybe what we missed is maybe how lack of physicality that they bring on offense. But then in terms of that, I think maybe we underestimated how good the secondary can look. Maybe opposite of that Indiana game this year, with their 2 best players are in that defensive secondary. at quarterback. So to me, maybe a little bit of slight mishap. We overestimated what we thought we might see, and then underestimated what they can bring defensively at their best.
Cam, let's flip it to Ohio State and lock in on this offense right now. I've been seeing on social media the last few days, people really locking in on this Ohio State offensive line and what they're doing up front. But now Brian Hartline's calling the plays along with Coach Day, and that's just their unit each week. Julian's saying now, like, this guy just been super efficient. And so, like, what have you learned about this Ohio State offense with a new quarterback under center after a handful of weeks?
Yeah, I look at it almost as if I go back a little bit and almost liken it to a transfer quarterback in the first year with an experienced program, and how Notre Dame properly ushered in the Sam Hartman era back when they made the college football playoff. Sam Hartman did what he did for them offensively. If you look at what they needed to do in week one, they didn't need to do a whole lot. It's not that they didn't trust him, but it's that they just slowly started to unleash him, and they knew it's a long season. It's like they've been here before. And now what we've learned from him is that, honestly, he's the best quarterback in the nation. It's going to be him and Ty Simpson to me, right in the running as the season goes on, at least what we've seen. But to me, once the playbook has started to open up and once they've allowed him to sit and diagnose in the pocket, his ability to throw the ball over the middle of the field is second to none in the country. He's our highest rated quarterback in the middle of the field, in between the hash marks. And that's one of those stable metrics from week to week and from season to season. And so to me, looking at that, the small little glimpses of what we've seen from his ability to diagnose coverages and read through his progressions, it bodes well for not only this season, but the rest of his career.
They're the overwhelming number one team in the nation right now. I don't think there's really, sure, there's speculation on, we'll see what Oregon does to Indiana, because it's a good matchup. It's a very good matchup on paper. I don't know if Indiana has the nation thinking that, because you're still fighting the brand perception with Indiana, even though they did a lot to put a dent in that last year and then, of course, this year. But give me your take on anybody close in your mind to Ohio State right now, or is it just the field versus Ohio State in your mind?
It's the field versus Ohio State. It's every week when I go over the data and I sync the numbers Sunday morning, bright and early. Let's face it, I don't sleep Saturday and into Sunday, so it's usually late at night or right as the sun's coming up on Sunday mornings. We sync all the data, and everything points to it. And it's not just a gut feeling. It's every single metric that we sum up and that we push to generate a power ranking. It's resoundingly in the lead for Ohio State. And then it's the race for two at this point. We've seen the discrepancies of this Miami team, maybe what Miami can bring to the table, offensive or defensively, the lapses there, Oregon, and what are they actually going to be? Is this the team that wants to pass first, or do they want to actually get the ball on the ground? And then is that defense for real? This is a good barometer, though, and I think this is one that might move the needle for Oregon in terms of closing the gap if they can produce against Indiana this week.
One of the teams Ohio State took out this year was Texas, and now here Texas is trying to figure some things out. They've got Oklahoma this weekend. When you look at Texas and some of the things that aren't working for them, why have they not been able to kind of figure this thing out and dominate the way a lot of people thought they would?
Yeah, I don't get it, and I think it's so I did a little bit of research this past week after, as a Florida State grad, I really wanted to see them beat Florida, and so to me, I was disappointed. So I dove in, and I was like, why did this happen? Why did Texas look so bad against a Florida team that lost to USF? And it's the offensive line and how badly they struggled. And it was the fact that I believe the number was 60% or more than 60% of their base pass rush with just 4 the Gators got home. And I look back, and that's pretty much the average that a Texas offensive line is allowing in terms of base pass rush getting home 60%, over 50% of the time. One of only a few SEC teams that's allowing that. And to me, it's, yeah, you want to put the blame on Arch Manning, but when you're getting rushed in your face with 10-3 seconds and it's just from 4 pass rushers, meaning you've got 7 behind in coverage, no quarterback's going to look good. And so I think they have to address up front. They've got to simplify some of the offensive play calls here to get that offensive line moving.
Must win for them?
Absolutely. And it's a terrible position to be in with a defense that ranks pretty much everything number 1 overall in Oklahoma this week.
We got some interesting matchups around the country, even outside of Ohio State and Illinois. What other game are you locked in on, and why?
Oh, tonight, North Texas, USF. I think if you look at what I know we're not you only get one group of 5 representative in the playoffs this year, but let's face it, the highest ranked conference champion is going to be the group of 5 rep, and that's all we're going to get in group of 5. They're not going to put another one in there, let's face it. And so to me, the resounding leader in the pack is whoever's going to win the American. And right now we have a North Texas team. We've seen what USF could do on the national stage. And then North Texas, Drew Messmaker, probably one of those guys that's going to get the look to be the group of 5 quarterback that's going to make the $8 million like a Darian Mensah did at Duke, the quarterback in North Texas. So honestly, if you've not watched either of those games, watch that. And then, Washington. Can they bounce back and sort of play much better football? So tonight, honestly, two games late, Rutgers, Washington, and USF North Texas.
This Bama-Missouri game is so interesting to me because there are two teams that are tough for me to trust. And because Missouri really hasn't played anybody, but Bama is, inherently hard to trust anyway. Who do you like in that one?
I want to know, this one I think will give us the answer about this Alabama team, and conversely, I think against, or the same thing with this Missouri team. What I do like about the Missouri team is if you isolate some of the performances, Ahmad Hardy and even Bo Prabula, not necessarily the best passing attack, but a great rushing attack when you combine them and what Prabula is able to do with his feet. But to me, it's the defensive front, and it's what that duo of David Wilson and Zion Young. It's two of the best defensive ends in the entire country. I know people want to say it's Reuben Bain and Hakeem Messidor at Miami, or Romello Height and David Bailey at Texas Tech, but this duo is the best in terms of getting to the passer on the most efficient basis. And so Caden Proctor versus David Wilson or Zion Young, that's the matchup to watch in terms of draft prospects, but also ultimately who wins this game.
Let's talk a little big picture when it comes to Penn State and James Franklin specifically. I mean, obviously just an embarrassment last week out there against UCLA and Nico, but just do you feel like this is the time now at the end of this year that they have to move on, or is that too knee-jerkish of a reaction?
It's probably knee-jerkish of a reaction, but it's if it weren't the antithesis or just the epitome of what a James Franklin coach Penn State team is. They went there in the moment, and when they get punched in the mouth, it was kind of nice to see them come back a little bit in the second half and make a game out of it, but they were never really in that game, even though the final score indicates they might have been. And so, to me, I think that's, if we're talking about moving on from Dabo Swinney and Clemson, we're talking about moving on from James Franklin, because this is just, that's the MO of this James Franklin-led team. They can't win in big games, and if they get punched in the mouth, they don't come back. And so you're never going to compete in the Big Ten, in my opinion, with James Franklin as your head coach.
Yeah, but big game James is not exactly what they'll put on the top of his resume. Cam, you're the best, bud. Thanks for stopping in. Have a great weekend.
My pleasure, guys. You as well.
He's the Chief Analytics Officer of the Pro Football and Sports Network, 365. He was Cam Meller on the Brian Heating Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. All right, we'll come back. Overs and unders into the weekend. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We used to have a billboard with our host's face on it, but only ugly people work here now.
You mama say you ugly, hey!
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
You ever feel like your money is just lying around? Switch to Huntington Bank, and your money is always doing something.
Like what?
Like automatically pushing more to savings so you can take that trip.
I like trips.
Who doesn't? It even tracks your progress. You're almost there.
Well, I better pack.
And it charts your spending so you know which vacation hat you can afford.
How does it know I like hats?
Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
You know what my favorite place in the world to watch a game is? It's the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. This is Scotty Vegas, and Dave Biddle and I get to visit our favorite game-watching spot twice in 1 week. Sunday, October 12th, watch the Browns Steelers. Then Thursday, October 16th, we're back for the Steelers Bengals. I have Browns tickets, Pro Football Hall of Fame passes, and dining credits to give out during the games at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All the folks at Buckeye, night or day. The kitchen drain has had enough. The toilet's called it quits. The faucet in the master bath, it's throwing childish fits.
In a flash, I'm at your door to win your water war. I battle leaks and clogs and drips until I are no more.
Free service call with your plumbing repair.
Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Football season's heating up, and so are the deals at Germain Toyota. Right now, drive home a rugged 2025 Toyota Tacoma with 2.99% APR for up to 48 months, or go big with the all-new 2026 Toyota Tundra, also 2.99 APR for up to 72 months. Built tough, built smart, built for whatever your game day brings. Find your next Toyota at Germain Toyota at the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road, or start your next adventure online at Germain GermainToyota.net. Germain Toyota of Columbus. See dealer for details.
Buckeye fans, introducing Behind the O, the brand new app packed with original athlete and fan-driven Ohio State sports content. It's free to download in the App Store on iOS and Android, and every time you open it, you're helping generate NIL dollars for your favorite Buckeye athletes with zero cost to you. Get exclusive access to fresh behind-the-scenes videos, training routines, athlete lifestyles, and more from every Ohio State sport. Don't wait. Download Behind the O now and get closer to your Buckeyes than ever before.
Behind the O, free for fans, NIL for athletes. The season may be winding down, but there's still time to make the most of Buckeye Lake. At Buckeye Lake Marina, we have year-end deals on boats, accessories, and more to get you ready for next year's adventures. Looking to upgrade? The Buckeye Lake Marina staff is there to help you find the perfect boat at unbeatable prices. Buckeye Lake Marina has a long list of satisfied customers and want you to be the next. Don't wait. Sail into savings at Buckeye Lake Marina before the year ends and find the boat that's just right for you. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com for more.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Green & Sons has all the Kubotas you need to tackle your land and come out a winner. They have zero-turn, skid steers, tractors from 18 to 171 horsepower, and also utility vehicles. My favorite is my RTV Sidekick. The best thing about Green & Sons is they've been family-owned and operated since 1970, and you will love dealing with the Green family and their winning team. Do what I did and check out Green & Sons located in Mount Sterling and Marysville or online at greenandsons.com for all your Kubota needs.
In the old days when people lived to be 40, you only had one option for listening to your favorite show. But now, ooh, baby, radio, podcast, the Fan app, and YouTube, ooh, just to name a few, live or on demand. You have no excuses. The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Right Way Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Rothman and Ice presents Overs and Unders.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys. For all your roofing, siding, and gutter needs, contact the Roofing Guys at theroofingguys.com.
All right, CLC, overs and unders, bud. What do you got?
All right. Well, we got a little bit of a local flavor with the NFL because the lowest over-under total for the weekend is the Browns and the Steelers at 38.
Browns, Steelers, 38.
No hook.
It feels like under. But, man, that's tough. Browns D against that.
Steelers coming off a bye?
Yes. Browns coming back from overseas. A little clunky, maybe. That's such a low number. You'd hate to be watching that game and rooting for the under. That'd be really bad. But first quarter, you might be loving life. Might be 3-0, and you're like, okay, we're on our way. We're in good shape.
You and the Browns nailed this number last week. Final score of that one was 21-17. So that's 38 on the nose. I'm going over. I don't know why. Because I shouldn't with the defenses that I've... Yeah, actually, I'm changing that. I'm going under. Brownies on the road.
I think the reason you were leaning towards under is, you get some 3-and-outs, get some shorter fields, maybe a chance to get some points. But, I mean, this offense for the Browns, I don't trust against that defense. Steelers are very good after a bye. I don't trust their offense against the Browns defense. It feels like a slugfest.
It does. So, yeah, I'm with you. I'll go
both down for the under.
Bengals over under 14.5 points.
Boy. So I'm so torn on this because we've seen Flacco with our own eyes play this team and win that game without Jamar Chase and T. Higgins on the outside.
And without eclipsing 14.5 points.
And without him being very good.
Correct. Man. It's just the offensive line play is so bad for the Bengals right now that he can't overcome that, I think, enough. for me to take the over on 14.5. So I'm going to go with the under. I want to go with the under. I just think Micah Parsons and that crew are going to potentially wreck the game up front. So I'm going under.
Yeah, I want to say over, but it wouldn't feel right.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't. He's okay. He's got some weapons, but their running game's been non-existent. I think the Packers are still pretty good. And this feels like a game where, I love the number. 14's a very good number. In a pro game, should be able to get a couple touchdowns, but I don't have the confidence in Cincinnati right now. Plus, short week for him. The only way we get this is if he hits on a couple of the home run balls. If he does.
Which is in play with the guys that he has.
Yeah.
It's definitely in play. But I'm going to go on what I've seen up front from Cincinnati, and you highlighted something that's just bad right now. They can't move anybody around via the run. So, yeah, I'm gonna go under.
Also, game is on the road, so that hurts us. So, again, pair of unders.
I finally learned how to read a schedule. Lions Chiefs this week, 53, leader in the clubhouse.
This is Sunday Night Football, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Lions at Arrowhead, great game.
I'm going over in this. I think we get some fireworks. Detroit's got a banged up secondary right now, and on the flip side of that, we know how much Detroit can get after you with the weapons that they have. And so I think Goff and Mahomes are going to put on a show. I'm going over.
I agree with you. There's going to be a pretty good pass rate, I think, in this game. And if Detroit gets out ahead of them, then Mahomes is going to have to throw it a lot. And I like the over as well. These are just too efficient for me to think otherwise.
Yeah, Pat's starting to figure this thing out a little bit through the air, and so that part of the Chiefs game I think is rounding into form, and Rashee Rice will be back, and you're starting to see I think a little
this
bit
week, but
next week. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think there's been seeing a little bit more pop from the Chiefs offense, and I think in a few weeks we're going to be talking about them being a dangerous unit.
Xavier Worthy didn't practice yesterday, but that may have been just a rest day.
I think they're managing stuff. Yeah.
There are no boundaries that can contain you. If it's a really low over under, you guys going even lower. Really high over under, you guys going even higher.
Yeah.
All right. I know this is a Rothman special, so I'm excited to hear this. Tarek Skubal over under 19.5 outs tonight. Translation, that is somewhere between 6 1/3 and 6 2/3 innings. Game 5 ALDS.
Yeah,
he's back to Seattle.
He's the one I can trust.
Win or go home, baby.
He's the one I can trust. I'm going to put. By the way, I'm already putting the opposing pitcher in pressure cooker.
Spoiler.
I am going to take the over.
I'm going to actually go with the under.
7 innings I need him to get. Is that what you said?
You need 6 2/3. So
that's a decent amount.
Into the 7th. He will be pitching in the 7th inning.
I'm going to go with the under, and here's why. Well, he's incredible, as we all know. But I think there's something to batters getting to see a guy twice in a series that would lean me a little bit towards Seattle being scrappy throughout the first few innings and getting that pitch count up. And so I'm going to go with the under. He can still have a good day, but I think with Seattle's lineup, I think they're going to have a little bit of confidence seeing him twice in the same series.
What's the favorite? Do you know?
I may. No, I went to the NBA thing. Spoiler alert, the next question is going to be the Cavs over-under win total. I'll go back and look it up.
I'm still going to take the over.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes these winner-take-all games are lower scoring. They just feel that way to me.
The over is a slate favorite.
Yeah. All right, good. Well, I'm leaning the correct, at least the Vegas way.
You need to see 2 outs in the 7th inning.
He went 7 innings in game 2, I believe.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Struck out a lot. Honestly, this is the one thing Maddie and I can't predict is pitch count. So, not that pitch count in a winner-take-all game is going to be the one thing.
But the Phillies just trotted out Jesus Luzardo in extra innings yesterday, and he pitched 6 innings in game 2 on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So, they may just say no leash as long as you're good.
To AR's point, when you got a guy like Darryl Scuba, like just push the count up as much as you can. That's what you have to do, because if he starts rolling out 9 pitch innings and 11 pitch innings, like that's when you're in real danger. And so, yeah, it's going to be awesome to see tonight. That environment, season's on the line, it should be fun. But I got some faith in this Mariners offense.
He's gone 6, I think, in his last 4 starts. So I just need him to get an out in the 7th. Is that what you're telling me?
You need 2 outs in the 7th inning.
Yeah.
That's...
Well, what difference does that make?
Well, you're right. It depends whether he comes out for the 7th and a man gets on, right? I mean, I don't...
Oh.
That's right. He could come out for the 7th, but if he doesn't get that first batter or even the 2nd, then all of a sudden...
And we don't know who that batter is.
And it also depends on what the damn score of the game is at the time.
Right. You could have Cal Raleigh, a.k.a. the Big Dumper, just going off tonight.
Oh, man. Don't make a mistake to him. All right, I'm sticking with the over.
All right. I told you what it was. Cavs over-under for the wins for the season, 56.5.
Oh, that's easy work. In the East this year? Yeah, I'm going over.
Yeah.
I know they got some injuries out of the gate, TLC, that I don't like the Darius Garland, Max Strus stuff, but they won 64 of those things last year. I mean, yeah, you got to deal with the Knicks and Giannis and the Bucks, but...
By the way, did you know that Jordan Tyson's brother plays for the Cavs?
I did know that. I'm going to go with the over, though. They're going to be a good regular season team again.
Very much. And they should even be better in the playoffs.
We'll see about that. That's what they got to prove, AR.
Woulda, coulda,
That's what they got to prove, man. Especially this year.
All-stars everywhere. All right, we'll come back. Top of the hour, fan sports update, and we'll get into what are they playing for now. See if you can guess the teams I'm talking about. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
All the Ohio State conversation you can handle. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
Your Ohio State flagship station. The Fan.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the Tin Man.
Matty Ice here. How far are you willing to drive for a great deal on a new vehicle? Well, I made the short drive north to McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion and got my new car. And right now, you can get a 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500 with up to $12,000 off MSRP for qualified buyers. They believe in a no-hassle sales experience so you can get the truck you want at a price you'll love without the stress. They're just off Route 23 on 95 in Marion, or you can visit McDanielGMSuperstore.com. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on money line, spread, totals, player props.
$200 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Buckeyes, the 2025 football season is here, and that means 3 things: football, game day, and smooth Jameson whiskey. Whether you're catching the game at home, at your neighborhood bar, or soaking up the team spirit at a tailgate, Jameson Ginger and Lime at Ohio State Athletics are a winning combo. So cheers to making game days even better with the official whiskey of the fans. Jameson, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Taste responsibly.
Jameson Irish Whiskey, product of Ireland, 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof. Copyright 2025, imported by John Jameson Import Company, New York, New York.
Skyline's new chicken chili is here. Now you can enjoy that legendary Skyline taste with a new protein option. Try Skyline's chicken chili on Waze, Coney's, and all your Skyline favorites. Feeling good. It's Skyline time.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone here for Window Nation. Columbus, October is here, and with good weather comes more home improvement projects. Do you have old, stuck, or cracked windows that you've been putting off replacing? Well, Window Nation Columbus can help. This month, when you buy 2 windows, you'll get 2 more for free. There's no limit to how many windows you replace, and your total price includes 1-day installation. With Window Nation, you also won't have to make any payments for 2 years, which is a big deal with the holiday season coming up. And did I mention you could celebrate your newly upgraded home with 2 free tickets to an upcoming Ohio State football game? What other company in Columbus would thank you for replacing all your windows in your home with a fun experience like that? Put an end to your window problems before this beautiful fall weather ends. Now through October 31st, buy 2 windows, get 2 for free now, plus pay nothing for 2 years with Window Nation, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Visit windownation.com today to start your free estimate. That's windownation.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with AutoPay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Around here, it's all or nothing. And nobody has more all-wheel drive choices than Toyota. Now through November 3rd, get 4.75 APR financing on a new 25 RAV4 or 5.75 on RAV4 Hybrid, excludes plug-ins, or lease a gas-powered RAV4 LE for $309 a month for 36 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax title and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Dormar, your kind of hero. Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker, number 1 Ohio State, heading to Champaign for a battle with number 17 Illinois at noon tomorrow. We'll have it all for you right here on The Fan, beginning with pregame coverage at 6:30 a.m. Major League Baseball playoffs tonight. We have an elimination Game 5 as Seattle hosts Detroit at 8. The winner faces Toronto in the American League Championship Series. The NFL today initiated a review of the concussion protocol used last night for New York Giants rookie quarterback Jackson Dart in the second half of their game with Philadelphia. Dart grabbed his head after taking a sack in the third quarter. Capital Ford of Columbus High School football game of the week tonight sees Pickerington North hosting Grove City. Coverage begins at 6:30. This one brought to you by Germain Toyota, the best selection of new and used cars in Central Ohio. You can view that selection online at germaintoyota.net. Breaking sports news as it happens on The Fan.
Want to jinx your favorite sports team?
Please get out of my Van Halen t-shirt before you jinx the band and they break up.
Just ask Maddie to print your shirts. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
Hour number 2, pressure cooker on the way. College football landscape picks against the number as well.
Yeah. Good stuff. And real quick, AR, hour number 2 on Monday at this time is going to be a new segment here on Rothman and Ice. The new segment is called The Floor is Yours. We're opening up the phone lines. We want to hear from you. Talk about your teams, Buckeyes, Browns, Bengals, whatever it is, Packers. It could be anything. Coming in on a Reaction Monday, we want to do a vibe check with our listeners and how they're feeling about their team. So, again, just a reminder, 1 o'clock on Mondays, we're opening up the phone lines, a new segment called The Floor is Yours.
The question with this segment in my mind is, do you think we really can go flow, and flow? You think we can do that?
Moses Malone?
Yeah, that's right. Can we go flow, and flow? That was just a joke. It didn't land.
Flow.
What's the flow?
What's the flow part?
But there's no flow. I was playing off Moses. You got it.
I know, but what's the flow part?
There is no flow. It was just a joke. It didn't land.
No, it's
I'll accept it.
No,
I'm not criticizing it. I'm actually trying to
Or are you asking, or is there going to be
I'm not really asking anything.
Okay.
I just was playing off the segment. It didn't land. It's okay. It bounced back.
I got you now.
It was
The
all right.
floor.
Yeah.
The flow is yours.
Yeah.
Okay,
Can we
I
go
got
flow,
it
flow,
now.
and
I
flow?
thought you meant FLOW.
No.
Like, is it-
I was with you.
Me
I'm
too.
like, is the segment going to flow?
You got it right away.
Yeah.
You said Moses. You got it.
No. I'm saying I didn't know how. I literally thought that you were just randomly referencing Moses Malone that had nothing to do with that.
No, I was playing off the name of the segment. It didn't land.
I didn't connect.
We got
the
it. Take
floor.
the L.
No.
I'm a little slow, but I got it.
I mean, it's a minor L. I think that knowing what I know now, it did tie in. I literally thought, I'm like, what's he talking about? Like, why did he just randomly cite Moses Malone?
That's right.
Correct. No, I thought, AR, you were in the mindset of, hey, we got these calls. Like, is it going to have a nice flow to it?
No.
But
Yeah.
we landed the plane.
And that'd be
It's
like,
all right. There's a lot of turbulence, let me tell you. Jamar Chase questionable with an illness.
Uh-oh.
Not that it matters. You guys buying this? Is this for the game or practice?
Oh, I'm seeing it now. Zach Taylor said he missed today with an illness. He's questionable.
Today or for the game?
He missed today's practice with an illness. He's questionable for Sunday's game.
He's got the Q tag.
I think he's going to play. I think.
I came in today. I knew we were going to talk about these games because, listen, the Brownies are playing the Steelers. There's some emotion involved. I get that. I don't know what we're doing now with these teams. I don't know what we're playing for. The Browns are 1-4. The Bengals look awful, even though they're 2-3. And I started thinking to myself, am I giving either one of these teams a chance to be relevant?
The Browns for me are an absolute no, but and I think that's okay. I think even Browns fans would admit that this was kind of what they were expecting, right? Like, is this type of showing week in and week out. They were always in the camp of this is big picture stuff with them and finding pieces to build on for the next couple of years. And I do think that they have found a couple or a few of those pieces, especially on offense with Fannin and Quinshawn, and you look at on defense what Schlesinger is doing. Now, the biggest box that they wanted to get checked, and they may be able to check that box, is the quarterback position, and now we have Dillon and Shador and these guys now in the mix the rest of the way. But the Browns aren't playing for anything significant this year, and I don't think anybody was expecting them to do that. Now, on the flip side of that, what Cincinnati is playing for is, I guess, the hope of Superman coming back and you still being in the mix. That's what you're playing for. That's the hope.
No, and I get that. I'm just talking about what is the realistic stuff now. Like, why? What am I clinging to here? Like, we're talking about these teams because they're teams that people love in our listening area. But there feels like no hope. That's my point. Well, yes, I agree with you on Cleveland. You finally kicked Flacco to the curb. He's done. Now you can go right into developmental phase, which is great. You got to find out whether these late-round quarterbacks have any future at all. But if I'm a Browns fan, do I really, truly think that Dylan Gabriel is going to be a franchise quarterback? Do I really? Like, I think he can be serviceable.
I don't think anybody can answer that after one game.
Probably not.
We got to be a month from where we are right now.
What we think. Like, if you had to hitch your wagon right now and say, yep, I think he could be our guy for the next 5-7 years.
I think Browns fans says no, but I think they're open-minded about trying it out this year. I don't think that I don't think this is like a throw it to the wall and see what sticks. I think it's like a general, like, all right, let's see what we got.
I don't think the answer to that question is automatically no right now for Dylan Gabriel.
You have to do it.
I don't think so. After what he showed in game one, I don't think it's a slam dunk. There's no way he can be our guy. I don't think we're there yet.
So that's what this is about. That's what this season is about. Whether he's going to get a full runway to give a pretty good sample here versus when Shador gets his chance, will he be ready enough to show anything? This to me just screams of what I said before the season, which is it wouldn't be the worst thing if you sucked again. Like, I know Myles Garrett signed up for it. Why? I have no idea other than 41 million reasons. But other than that, it's counter to everything that I believe, which is that while the Browns can be competitive in any game because they have a defense, we're already talking about a lost season. It's over. Like, they're not going to threaten for the playoffs. They might win a game we're not expecting them to win. They've already done that against Green Bay. Right. They probably should have done it against Cincy.
They may have spent that.
Right. They've already burned that. The Bengals, on the other hand, and this is why I brought up the topic, is because I feel like I just can't quit Cincy yet. And they're probably going to lose.
You know why I'm laughing?
And I don't know why.
The reason why I'm laughing, AR, is because it's amazing what a couple deep postseason runs can do to the image of a brand.
That's it.
You see that brand, and there's always that, well, they've done this before. They started slow, and they found themselves in the postseason. So I can understand why in any part of your brain, you would still go down that road. To me, they have so many issues right now that it's just going to get really late for them. Like, it really is. Like, Jacksonville probably feels like they should be an undefeated football team, the way that they lost that game to the Bengals. Like, we're a couple Brian Thomas drops away from them winning that game, that being the Jags. Now, credit to the Bengals and Jake Browning for coming off the bench and being able to figure that thing out. But for Cincinnati, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it.
Then what we've come to is that through 5 weeks, Ohio football professionally is toast.
Yep.
We're going to talk about them because they're relevant to their fan bases, but they are done. The season is over. Yeah. You're not playing for anything anymore. I know it's pro ball, and there is some parity, and they should win some games. Can they beat the Jets at home? Yeah. Could they beat the Bears? Yeah. Could they maybe show up against the Steelers at home? Yeah, like they could. Like, that's why I can't quite quit them, because they won those first 2 games. And Flacco doesn't move the needle. I said it the other day. This is more of a trade for Ohio than it is for the NFL. Like, this is not moving the needle. You said it the other day. The only important thing that came out of this trade is, did Shore get bumped up? That's it. That wasn't the headline of whether Flacco can save the Bengals. It was whether, and it wasn't even a trade on whether, wow, they must have a lot of confidence in Dylan Gabriel. This is more like, is the third guy going to remain 3 or go to 2?
I know.
And a guy that we need, that half the people that watch football didn't even know Bailey Zappi was
on the Browns, exactly,
by them.
Correct.
Yeah. So
I didn't know it.
Yeah. So this is a weird thing to look at in the AFC North. Your team's decimated. That's the only other reason why I give it a little hope.
That's
because you're not competing with the rate. Well, technically, I guess you would, because Lamar's going to come back.
Let me ask you this:
Lamar's not done for the year. He might even play. He's not playing this week, is he?
No, he's not practicing again, so he's not going to play this week.
So I shouldn't just kick the Ravens to the curb from a competitive standpoint, because once he comes back competitively, they will be tougher. Now, they may be out of it at 1-5, but they will be tougher. But really, there's only one team in your division right now.
Oh, don't do this
you're competing with.
Pittsburgh.
Well, no, there's only one team in the division you're competing with, and you will get a chance to play them.
Oh, come on.
At home.
I don't want this pressure.
The pressure is that you should win the division now.
You guys had this pressure last year.
You should win the division.
I would like to pass the crown to somebody else.
You can't.
You can't.
You can't, big dog.
Because if the Bengals go to 2-4 and the Browns go to 1-5,
oh, I'm done.
And the Ravens go to 1-5,
it's yours for the take.
2 of those teams you didn't even have to mention. It's about the Ravens. It's the Steelers and the Ravens. I get it. The Browns fan probably right now. This is all. We're thinking about the draft. We're worried about where the Jaguars picking 2 first-round picks next year. Yeah. Okay, Myles Garrett. We bought his attention for a few years, I guess. So, like, there is, like, a forward-thinking element, and we're trying out Dylan Gabriel. You know, he was a 6-year guy in college, a really good 6-year guy, but, like, why was he in college for 6 years? Why was he not ready? So we're kind of figuring out what he is. There is a forward-thinking element to the Browns. To the Bengals, there's nothing.
Here are the standings on Monday. You will be 4-1. Bengals will be 2-4.
Done.
Ravens will be 1-5.
Done.
And the Browns will be 1-5.
Yeah, it's your division for the take.
So if that all works out the way it's supposed to work out this weekend,
which in the NFL, what we've learned, if we've learned anything, is that you shouldn't assume a darn thing in this league.
GPT.
Yeah, what does Chad have to say?
Chad GPT told me that there are 4 instances in NFL history where a team started 1-5 and made the playoffs. And there were some 9-1 runs, some 10-0 runs. Now, I don't think your Ravens have the defense to go 9-1.
No,
but they've lowered the bar. Now it's 7 teams make the. I don't think you're winning the division, but playoffs. Period. Well, actually, I take that back. I may still think you're winning the division. I think I said that earlier in the week, perhaps. But I'm definitely not writing you guys off.
I think that's mental hedging from you to not want the pressure on your team.
No, I'm dead serious. Like,
I think that's what that is.
Well, his schedule's not exactly a cakewalk either.
Oh, that's what I'm telling you.
But
it's going to flip.
But the
Ravens are going to have an easier schedule when the Steelers have a harder schedule.
Lamar can't save all of this. He can't.
I think he can do. I think he can save you guys more than the Steelers can dominate on a consistent basis.
All right, so I must have just thrown it into the universe about Shedeur.
We have news?
Yeah, so they're now an established pecking order with the Browns.
Oh, great.
I'll tell you next. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
Let's see. High school, Buckeyes, Browns, kids in the retention pond. It must be Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Football is good. The Fan.
Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota, and it's tire time at Tansky Sawmill Toyota. Now through October 31st, you can buy 3 tires and get 1 for $1. Visit TanskySawmillToyota.com to schedule your appointment today, or hurry into Tansky Sawmill Toyota on the corner of Sawmill and 161 in Dublin to get those cars ready for winter. And when you think tires, think Tansky.
Think Toyota. Think Tansky. Think Tansky. Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me the sunshine. Give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and a cool, refreshing Mountain Dew. So give me my good things. Give me a dew.
Grab some friends and an ice-cold Mountain Dew today.
Mountain Dew.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. My good friends over at Sleep Better Columbus want you to know that if you're 65 or older, enjoying those golden years, but maybe you're dealing with restless nights, you need to listen up. Are you tossing and turning, struggling with sleep apnea, and that leaves you wiped out during the day? Well, it's time to reclaim your rest with Dr. Mark Levy at Sleep Better Columbus. As a leading provider in non-surgical sleep apnea treatments, Dr. Levy helps you breathe easier and sleep deeper with custom oral appliances, a comfortable alternative to CPAP. The best part is that Sleep Better Columbus is in network with most medical insurance plans and is a proud Medicare provider, so your coverage can work seamlessly with Sleep Better Columbus. And as we head toward the end of the year, don't let those benefits go unused. You don't want to wait to use your deductible. Act now to make the most of it with Sleep Better Columbus. Call Sleep Better Columbus today at 800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com. Once again, that number, 800-MORE-SLEEP or sleepbettercolumbus.com for your consultation. Sleep better, live better. You've earned it.
Realtors usually charge you 6% to sell your house, but not my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They take 1%. It's in the name. And this is full service. No shortcuts, no for sale, by owner, crapola. They do it all. Call 614-451-6616.
When you're ready to sell your car, another reason to choose Hinderer Motor Company is the easy, fast, fair, and hassle-free way to sell. This is Justin Hinderer. We pay top dollar for your vehicle, whatever the make or model, and no purchase is necessary. Consider trading and get even more toward your next vehicle. Drive in today and leave with cash or get a great deal. See why it's a pleasure doing business. Just visit HindererMotorCompany.com.
I'm back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet Store.
Visit the Good Feet Store today. Walk-ins are always welcome. Visit the Good Feet Store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road at Grove City.
Flexible, secure, fun. Oh, and great pay, too. Are you not sure what you want to do for a career? Or are you thinking of changing careers? Being a dental hygienist or dental assistant may be the perfect fit for you and provides all of these perks, plus more. Talk with a dentist in your community or visit ODA.org to learn more. Become a valuable member of the dental team and start helping people love their smile. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Join our resident gambling degenerates Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas for On the Money Sunday morning at 9.
Presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
All the action, none of the responsibility. The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
After quite the chilly start, we rebound nicely this afternoon with plenty of sunshine and highs right around 70. For tonight, mostly clear overnight with our lows down into the 40s, so not as cold. And then we kick off the weekend with mostly sunny skies and our highs getting into the low 70s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Under Pressure.
Sponsored by 3D Cabinetry. 3dcabinetry.net, where quality meets affordability.
All right, think about this for a second. If Daddy Sanders would have allowed his son to go to Baltimore, he would have been starting this week.
But his second start in a row.
I don't give a damn about the Browns.
So Shedeur Sanders has been elevated to QB2.
There we
You know
go.
who my dad is?
There we go.
Kevin Stefanski announced.
Okay.
After he
Stefanski.
finally had to think about it. Remember? Oh, everything came so fast. Oh, we got this press conference, and we didn't see this coming, and Flacco's gone, and I'm not really sure. Now, I understood what he was trying to do. He was trying to have Shedeur's back. I really don't think you're ready. And I'm not going to go out there and just elevate you to number 2 because I don't think that's fair to you or the team.
So what did
I have to say it in a way where it doesn't make you look bad.
So what did he
I'm going to go with the...
What did he see in 48 hours to make him change his mind?
Bailey Zappi.
That's maybe that is the answer.
Listen,
he saw Bailey Zappi in practice and said, "This ain't it." Maybe that is it. No, this is
the default promotion.
Right,
the other guy wasn't good, so you got to get in there.
Hey, what do you always say about this industry? People always do 3 things:
leave, go on vacation, get sick.
I thought fired was one of them.
Oh, I didn't. That may be a fourth. Leave is your choice, their choice.
Okay.
3 things will always happen.
Lose their employment.
People will leave on their own choice or not. They'll get sick or they go on vacation. There will always be an opportunity.
Promotion by default.
Yeah.
Shedeur was saying the right things yesterday. He mentioned that there was some light at the end of the tunnel, and now here it is. And so he just got to stay the course and be ready, because now you are that old cliche in football, literally one play away. And so we shall see if it happens. If it doesn't, look,
stay ready.
All this stuff's got to be just about Dylan, right? I have not heard a single Dylan Gabriel soundbite all week long.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah. Doesn't move the needle yet.
Right. I completely understand why networks and why we do it, because Shedeur is absolutely a polarizing figure, and he gets the attention of a lot of people. And so this is what I think was all about now, is to have these guys 1 and 2 on the depth chart. One guy's going to get a certain amount of games to show what he can do. And then for Shedeur, he's got to hope that he gets a few games to showcase what he can do as well. And there's plenty of time left to do that.
Go beat the Steelers.
I do love me some Shedeur Sanders, don't believe it.
I love pride.
All right.
I love it.
A little pressure. Kind of teased this, so I'll lean into it with baseball. I told you guys a couple weeks ago there's the only team in baseball to never reach a World Series is. You guys recall this?
I don't. Remind us.
I told you this guy's on the air. There's only one team in baseball to never have played in a World Series. The Mariners. Beat you to it. Beat you to the buzzer. I'm not sure. Did that make air?
What did you just say?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. You may have to put the dump button on yourself.
No. I said I should have just shouted it. God dang it is what I said.
Okay.
Yeah, they got a little dicey.
What happes?
A couple of those back there.
We're all overthinkers.
Let them fly.
Yeah, I heard something.
Man.
I would love to find. I'm going to go with George Joseph Kirby. GJK.
Okay.
So when he came out, he was a beast, right? I mean, he's the guy that has the 24 straight strikes to start a game. I don't know if he's the only one to ever. Yeah, I think that's him.
That's cool.
And as the number 2 seed in the AL, they get to host the 5th and final game and close the series. And they're going to be turning to their prized guy. This was one of their young arms that got them to their first ALCS in a long time. And they're sending George Joseph Kirby to the mound with their season on the line. He's a former first rounder back about 5-6 years ago. He came onto the scene. He was as good as advertised. He's kind of taken some steps back. This season, Matt, he's got an ERA of over 4. He's had some shoulder issues. The start of spring training, never really found his groove, and now he's got to keep them alive against Skubal, the elite left-hander. I just feel like at home, you got to go with the home pitcher in the pressure cooker part of it, even though Skubal has to be Skubal. But to me, it's George Kirby. You were great. You've been great. And now you got to find it. If you can out-duel or just keep your team in the game against Skubal, you will have my praise. So, GJK, you're in the cooker.
JG Wentworth?
Yes.
First
it's his money, and he wants it now.
For me. You know, I mentioned on the pregame show with Dane and Naveer last Saturday, and you can catch us bright and early tomorrow. TLC will be in the house, too.
Great show.
6:30 kick for us. Thank you, AR, for saying that. I mentioned on the show, I said, Penn State going out to the left coast, you know, coming off that emotional game against Oregon at home. You lose it, goes to a couple overtimes. I don't think UCLA is going to win the game, but I think they can make it interesting. A little sleepy game for Penn State, and that it was. So now I'm going to apply that same logic to a team in the NFL. So I'm putting some pressure on Braves and the New England Patriots to avoid that same type of thing. Big-time matchup, Sunday night, the world watched. You beat a division rival on the road. Now you've won 2 games in a row. But now, AR, you got to make a trip down to New Orleans against a team that's not very good. This just screams to me sleepy game. New Orleans hangs around. So Drake May and Mike Vrabel, I'm putting some pressure on them to try to pick up some momentum here, because if they can win this game, Tennessee's on deck, the Browns are on deck, then we could be talking about New England maybe messing around and winning the AFC East. Who knows? But just this week, they have to avoid being lazy and being sleepy going up against a team that they should beat. So Drake May, Mike Vrabel, and the Patriots, they're on the pressure list for me this week.
It's weird because I had said the other day that felt like the biggest lock of the week, and that may be the scary part of it. All right, I'm going to put the pressure on Maddie's Ravens, maybe specifically one guy. You guys have been outgained in every game. The pressure's on the king.
Oh, I thought you were doing the defense.
No.
I was going to say, please.
Derrick Henry.
Wake them up.
Derrick Henry
My goodness.
has rushed for 50 yards or fewer in 4 straight games. That's the longest streak since his rookie year. You know how many times he rushed for 50 or fewer last year? Once.
Okay.
Including a couple of playoff games. My mother called me Tony. Once.
I call you Anthony.
Yeah, we call you Anthony.
And she learned. The 6'2", 252. Saddle up against the Rams. Keep your defense off the field.
Okay.
Do something to help them. Stop fumbling. The last time he had a season below 1,000 yards was 2021. And even then, he had 937. He's averaging 63 yards a game. That's 20 below his average. You need the king.
Nice.
Pressure's on him.
Be nice. You started with something in the Detroit Tigers, Seattle Mariners win-or-go-home game. Tonight, I had somebody in mind, or a couple guys in mind, too, in this game. I'm going with a former Cleveland Guardian and a former Cincinnati Red. Give me Josh Naylor and Eugenio Suarez tonight, right? These were the big-time additions that they made in the middle of the season. Kyle Riley's been awesome. Randy Arozarena's been really good. But these 2 bats were brought in to make an impact, and they have. But this is the game where one of these guys has to show something. And I know that's a tall task to try to manage there when you got Tariq Skubal pitching for the Detroit Tigers, but their offense is going to be needed tonight. So I'm going Josh Naylor, Eugenio Suarez, a couple guys that used to play baseball here in Ohio, and I'm putting them on the pressure list tonight in a win or go home.
All right, we come back in 2 minutes, and we'll lay out the slate in college football. The best games, we'll pick them against the number. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
You know what my favorite place in the world to watch a game is? It's the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. This is Scotty Vegas, and Dave Biddle and I get to visit our favorite game-watching spot twice in 1 week. Sunday, October 12th, watch the Browns Steelers. Then Thursday, October 16th, we're back for the Steelers Bengals. I have Browns tickets, Pro Football Hall of Fame passes, and dining credits to give out during the games at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Bobby Carpenter here for Germain Toyota. Swing by Germain Toyota and ask for Marcello and discover unbeatable deals and a wide selection of new and certified pre-owned Toyota vehicles. Visit them at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
Would you enjoy watching a football game if the officials were paid a bonus for every flag they threw? Or a basketball game where the refs got paid for every foul they called? Okay. How about hiring a furnace and AC company that pays its technicians by the number of parts they can sell you? Hi, this is Dennis, president of Care Heating and Cooling, and today, this is how many companies operate. They call it performance pay, and it rewards technicians by paying them more for billing you more. Why is this bad? Because it abuses your trust in a technician to be treated fairly and honestly. At Care, we've been family-owned for 31 years and have always paid our technicians by the hour for repairs. We'll show you exactly what needs to be fixed and why, and give you our low upfront cost before we start. And unlike other companies, our technicians will never be rewarded for throwing more flags. Our Central Ohio-based staff is here for you 7 days a week. Care Heating and Cooling. Book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com or call us at 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
College is great. You know what else is great? Pizza, which you can buy with your Huntington Bank debit card with the Ohio State University logo. Huntington Bank is proud to be the official consumer bank of the Ohio State University. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
College football picks with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Krieger Ford. Find your next Ford at Krieger Ford. Visit KriegerFord.com today.
All right, the biggest and the best, that's what we do. And TLC has them. He'll give you the number. We'll pick them.
All right, let's start at a place that I'm familiar with. Let's go to Como. Alabama's going to Missouri, and they're doing so as 3-point favorites. Ty Simpson's been playing some good ball lately.
Yeah, he has. This is a nice spot for Mizzou, you think, because they're at home coming off a bye. And Bama's not great against the run, and Hardy's been great. He's the transfer. He's been averaging 7 yards a carry. Bo Pribula. He's the former Penn Stater, isn't he, Matty?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'd like to have him back, wouldn't
He
they?
needs to be a little cleaner, though. He's committed some turnovers here. Who do I trust? Missouri, who doesn't have a top 25 win yet and has had an easy schedule? Or Bama, who's very tough to trust, but they have awakened. The win at Georgia, revenge on Vandy. They seem to be rolling a little more. Miller's been good. So am I buying into Missouri, seeing that spot coming off a bye? Here comes Bama. This is a chance for us to announce our presence with authority. I'm going to take Bama. I think they're just, like I said earlier, they have found themselves. This isn't a big enough spread for me to, if they're going to win, they're probably going to win by 3 or more, just on the analytics. And I just don't think Missouri's played anyone yet. So I got to see it to believe it a little bit. I'm going to take Bama, reluctantly, but I'm going to take them.
I think that's fair. I think it's fair. I'm with TLC. Like, Ty Simpson's been an enjoyable watch this year. He's taking care of the ball. Threw his first interception last week against Vandy, but that's 13 tutties to 1 interception, his touchdown and interception ratio right now. What's odd is this whole Ryan Williams drop issue going on this year, because last year he and Jeremiah Smith were the freshman phenoms. Now they're trying to do different things in practice to where he can get away from the drops. That's just crazy that has happened. So this Missouri offense is a fun watch, man. Like, they really are. You mentioned Hardy. He is rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
right now. The dude's averaging 156 per contest, 7.1 yards per carry. That's good stuff. I think now Bama has found its groove and its confidence. I think that Georgia game did such a good thing for that football program and Kalen DeBoer. Now they're rolling. I'm going to roll with Bama and lay the 3.
Kurt Cignetti knows how to get his team up for a game, but what happens when the other team is as talented as Oregon? And that's what we got right now. And it's in Outson Stadium. Oregon's -7 with the 2 Heisman leaders at quarterback.
The 4th time Indiana has started 5-0 in program history. 1910, 1967, and 2024.
Oh.
Last year is when they did this. Mendoza, he's a fun watch. Top 10 in the country in completion percentage, man. Another good get for Kirk Cignetti after Curtis Rourke last year. But on the flip side of that, Dante Moore has been a dude. He's been a dude. I'm going to go with Oregon in this one. Give me the number again on this.
7.
Yeah, I'm going to lay the 7. Give me Oregon.
Yeah, I like this one. It was 7.5. I like the one it was 9.5 on Sunday.
Wow, it's come down that much, really.
I think north of a touchdown there was value.
Yeah.
And now that it's right on a touchdown, it seems appropriate. TLC said it. This is you factor in Autzen Stadium and the travel, but and their best win is perhaps against a very overhyped Illinois team in an embarrassing fashion. If they would have beaten Illinois by 10, I don't know if we're looking at this game the same. I just think
Illinois
that announced.
is just that good.
Okay. You mean Indiana?
Indiana, I'm sorry. Yeah, maybe they're just that good.
I'm not loving Oregon's secondary. I think Mendoza actually may have a pretty good game against them. I would rarely do this. They don't have to win the game.
Take them.
But I'm going to take them to keep it close. I like Indiana in the 7.
Oklahoma, they actually are now favored by 1. The spread's kind of been hovering around even the entire way. We got a lot of eyes on John Mateer. Is he going to play? The optimism is actually growing that John Mateer is going to return for this game.
Yeah, I think he's labeled as probable.
Probable now.
I'm pretty sure that's...
This isn't a whole Dylan Gabriel magic trick where you throw him out there in uniform and then you bench him.
Let me double check this, but I thought Pete Thamel reported that on the SEC injury report, it is now labeled as probable.
Well, they need him.
I'll double check that for you.
They need him.
This might be a classic Tua get surgery and rush him back anyway for a big game.
I mean, you see what Hawkins did against Kent State? Brutal.
Yeah, here it is. From Pete Thamel last night. John Mateer upgraded to probable on the SEC availability report.
Okay.
And it's
lower scoring game.
-1.
Nah. I think the lower scoring game gives Texas a chance, though. And I don't know how good Mateer is going to be. You think he's going to be a little rusty, plus the hand. It is the throwing hand, right?
That it is.
It's not like magically healed, but it's not like Arch Manning is doing everything. Texas defense is still pretty solid. If Mateer were fully healthy, then Oklahoma should be favored in the game. So I can't trust Texas right now. I'm going to trust this probable report, but then I lean back to what Cam and I were talking about we all were talking about whether this is a must-win. Feels like that way for Texas.
For Texas, I think it is.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to lean Texas in this one. I'm not going to buy this Mateer thing yet. So I'm going to take Texas.
Yeah, I listen. I think this is absolutely do or die for Texas with some of the games that are on deck for them, right? Just going through that conference is tough. You can go down to the swamp and lose to an unranked team, right? Like that's what they had to go through last week. Mateer back is a big deal. I'll buy into it. Like he's obviously good enough, right, to go out there and be impactful. What level of impactful he will be, we shall see. Texas O-line was a mess last week. Now you're dealing with a Brent Venables defense. You give up 6 sacks to the Florida Gators, and you can't run the ball. I'm rolling with Oklahoma.
The good news is Florida won last week in a big game against Texas. The bad news is their schedule does not let up whatsoever as they now go to Kyle Field, and A&M's going to be favored by 7.5 in this one.
A&M 5-0 for the first time since 2016. Their quarterback's a fun watch. Marcel Reed, if you haven't checked him out, go see what he can do. This guy right now is a true dual threat. 3 games this year with a passing and rushing touchdown. A fun offense and defensive matchup here between these two programs. Florida defense has been pretty good. This A&M offense, they're getting up 35 per contest. DJ Lagway just not clean enough yet for me in an environment like this. So I'm going to roll with A&M.
It's a decent amount of points. You said 7.5?
Yep.
Yeah, that's nice. They beat Texas last week, but we don't know what that means anymore. You're right. I think the spot is tough for him. I don't think he's quite the difference maker enough to help them threaten the Aggies, so I'm going to take the Aggies as well.
Georgia is going to Jordan Hare. Georgia minus 3.5 at Auburn. 3.5.
Yeah, this is another spot where I just feel like Georgia's probably a little better at complimentary football. Stockton's been good enough. I like that Auburn, the way they get after the quarterback. They got to Texas A&M, and they got to get enough going on the ground, though, to hang with Georgia. 3.5, you said?
Yep.
Yeah, I just don't think the Tigers are going to score enough on Georgia, and I think they'll probably do a pretty good job on their running game, so one-dimensional football shouldn't beat Georgia, so I'm going to take the Bulldogs.
The Georgia defense better create pressure on Jackson Arnold, because if they don't, Eric Singleton and Cam Coleman are dudes outside for Auburn. So that's going to get interesting. Kirby and Georgia, they've won 44 straight games versus unranked opponents. I will rely on that, and who I believe is the better head coach and his team, I think will have hit things in order more so than Auburn right now. So give me them dogs.
It always makes you raise your eyebrows when an unranked team is favored over a ranked team, and that's what we got here in Los Angeles. USC minus 2.5 versus the Wolverines.
Justin Haynes for Michigan has been running at a high clip right now. So this USC defense better strap it up. Haynes leads the conference in rushing yards at the moment. On the flip side of this USC offense has been a fun watch, man. They can get up in the air and with the best of them. I mean, they're averaging almost 340 passing yards per game. He's a dude to me, in my opinion. So I'm going to actually go with USC at home. I think they're going to get this thing done against a true freshman.
Yeah, it's a good game. Feels fairly even. I usually err in that way as well. I take the veteran quarterback playing at home, Mayava, and he's throwing to a game breaker. Underwood is good. He's getting better. I need to see this on the road for Michigan. Get 105 at Nebraska and 142 at Oklahoma. Wait till he gets his hands on you has been amazing. Almost 8 yards a carry. He's gone over 100 in every game, and USC's defense isn't great, but neither is Michigan. So I just think Michigan hasn't passed the eye test for me yet, and traveling that far is going to be tough. I want to see it to believe it, so I'm taking USC as well.
Luke Fickell's a home dog to an unranked team. Yeah. Woof.
I'm so afraid that
they just
not only his
him,
team
though.
is, yeah, they did, but I'm wondering whether he even believes that they can show up in this. This a night game at Wisconsin? I think it is.
Yeah, 7 p.m.
Is
at
Gronowski
Wisconsin.
playing?
Iowa minus 3.5.
Yeah, he got banged up against Indiana. The Badgers can't run. They're too predictable on third down then.
The over-under
got a lot of
36.5.
issues, problems.
That's nasty.
In college?
I think that's the only thing that would make me believe to just take the 3 with the home dog and just
They're desperate.
hope they keep it close.
Yeah.
But Iowa's offense can maybe do a little something here and win one of those ugly 20-13 games or something like that. I can't buy. I don't know whether Fick he's in trouble. I'm taking Iowa.
Yeah, I mean, I know he hasn't had his quarterback. That's real, but just the body of work on both sides of the ball has just not been clean. I'll roll with Iowa. This is not, to me, going to be a fun watch. I don't think, but I'll go with Iowa.
Watch something else.
All right, we're coming back with the Buckeye Bulletin. Tim May and his headline for the Buckeyes and Illini. You'll hear it next. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
A lot has changed in 30 years, but we're still that old shoe that feels worn in and well-loved. And, well, we smell a little, but you've accepted that. The Fan.
Credit challenges? We got solutions. At Capital Florida Columbus and Whitehall, all credit types are welcome. Good, fair, poor, or none. Get approved fast and cruise away happy. Stop in or visit us online at capitalfloridacolumbus.com.
Hey there, you've got a ton of equity in your home. You're sitting on a gold mine. You could do so much with all that cash, like travel, invest it, or pay off debt. But you can't touch it unless you sell your home. But you really don't want to move. And besides, homes are sitting on the market a long time these days. You're trapped, right? Not with TrueHold. With TrueHold, you can cash out your equity in as little as 30 days. But listen, you don't have to move. You can stay in the home you love as a renter. That's TrueHold's Sell and Stay program. Cash out your entire home's value and stay put. TrueHold even covers property taxes, property insurance, and essential repairs. Imagine using that equity to travel, invest, or pay off debt. And you can stay in your home. It's brilliant, especially in this slow market. Get your all-cash offer now. Call 1-855-300-9993. Again, that's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's TrueHold.com.
When you're building a nursery school, elementary school, charter school, high school, vocational school, or jiu-jitsu school, lean on green. Sunbelt Rentals. With the largest rental fleet and most rental locations in Columbus, you can count on us to get you the right equipment at the right price right now. No matter what you got going in or going up. All powered by people. For equipment know-how, support, transport, and training. No wonder the Columbus builders who are building Columbus lean on green. Sunbelt Rentals. Learn more at sunbeltrentals.com.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with low prices in every aisle. Kroger shoppers never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Right now, USDA Choice Boneless Beef Chuck Roasts are on sale. Just $7.99 a pound with your card. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
All credit types are welcome at Capital Ford of Columbus and Whitehall. From perfect scores to starting fresh, we'll get you driving. Shop our huge selection and leave in your new car today. Stop in or visit us online at capitalfordofcolumbus.com.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax. And not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota, and it's tire time at Tansky Sawmill Toyota. Now through October 31st, you can buy 3 tires and get 1 for $1. Visit TanskySawmillToyota.com to schedule your appointment today, or hurry into Tansky Sawmill Toyota on the corner of Sawmill and 161 in Dublin to get those cars ready for winter. And when you think tires, think Tansky.
Think Toyota. Think Tansky. Think Tansky.
Hello, big voice guy here. I've been hired to tell you all about the Fans YouTube channel. Did you know you can immerse yourself in Buckeye goodness like Austin and Burb's daily podcast, The Beat? Yes, sirree, Bob. Subscribe today.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Right Way Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another air conditioner breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day air installation.
All right, it's Friday. That means 2-a-days with our guy, Tim May. Now the Tim May Show on the FanStreamSports.com, and he's with us on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. My man, how we feeling?
Dang, that sounds like I got a lot of tie-ups there. You know, I'm feeling pretty good though. Other than that, I mean, I already got my did the Tim May Show already. Guest star Bill Bender because Clay Hall is off on assignment. but now living life, living good. Going to hit some golf balls later this afternoon. I'm not going to Illinois. I'm going to be at the casino tomorrow, right next door, right next to you, and Biddle in the middle. So. Looking forward to it, brother.
So you went on the longest trip, but one of the shorter ones, you're going to stick it out here.
Now, we don't want to discuss this on the air about why some things are happening, but I'll just say it's a faux pas there in the station at the moment with my hookup. So
Okay.
We'll see how that goes. How's that?
That's fine, my man. We'll look forward to having all of us together at the Hollywood Casino Columbus. All right, so Ryan Day spent the week telling everybody to throw out the Illinois-Indiana game. However, you can't throw out the real part of it, which is this team allows their quarterback to be on his back looking up at the sky a lot. I'm talking about Illinois. And their secondary certainly has been depleted. Is this another evolution of the Ryan Day, Brian Hartline offense, or is this a win by the surest way again and see how it goes?
Well, number one, I'm not going to, at the same time, throw out the USC-Illinois game, which Illinois managed to win, but it was a brouhaha, or whatever you want to call it, and also Purdue scored on these guys. So I'm keeping all of that in mind, and I think Ohio State, what is the next step for them offensively? They've thrown the hell out of the ball. They've run it a little bit. Probably the next step is running it a little bit more. But this team screams, throw the ball at me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so why wouldn't you do that? I'm talking about Illinois' defense. And then for Ohio State defensively, get after them up front, man, much like you did Washington 2 weeks ago. I mean, it's funny. You hear somebody use a term, and then you hear it all over and over and over again, like when you're looking for a new car and you're kind of looking at a model you've never looked at, and then you see it on the road all the time. The term right now is cage, keeping quarterbacks in the cage, which Ohio State did a great job on with DeMond Williams, the dual threat guy at Washington 2 weeks ago. Last week, Drake Lindsey, I mean, they just didn't have the pure passing attack to totally take advantage of Ohio State. I think that guy could be pretty good down the road, but Ohio State obviously did a great job on him and not giving up a touchdown the last two games. I mean, that may be tall order to do that again, but I think Ohio State has the capability against this Illinois offense if they get after them like they did Washington. So that's kind of the way I'm eyeballing it.
All right, Tim May, here we are, 5 games in. Ohio State's got the best defensive unit in the country. I want to throw this at you. If Tim May had to crown a defensive MVP for Ohio State's defense right now, who would you hand that award to through 5 games?
Oh, I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna change regimes or monarchies in the middle of something. I mean, Caleb Downs is so important to what they do, how they get lined up, and then how they play. I think Caleb Downs is still the spoon that stirs the drink. So I would stick with Caleb Downs wearing the crown. But the way guys have stepped up, and not the least of which is Caden McDonald. I mean, we saw him in flashes last year, mainly in goal line defense, where by the way, the Buckeyes held sway so many times last year. But Caden McDonald has become quite the dynamic player in the middle of the defense. When you've got a guy like that doing things like he's doing, it makes everybody else look a lot better. So, but I would still stick with Caleb Downs as wearing the crown of MVP. But there are some MIPs, most important people scattered throughout this defense.
Yeah, including Caden Curry, who's got 5 sacks. And I think we talked about Arvell Reese the most. If there was a guy on defense that I think we talked about the most looking forward to this season, I think we've hit on the right guy in Arvell Reese. But has there been anybody else? Maybe it is Curry, one that you didn't think we would be talking about as much, but we are now. Is he that guy?
I kind of, I had a sense that he was going to play very well this year because it's finally his moment, to be the guy. He and Kenyatta Jackson. It's too bad Kenyatta Jackson had that head bump again last week. We'll see if he even plays on Saturday. But those two guys waited patiently for their times, and I think they played very large. But I tell you, a guy that's really come on and given them what they needed is Jalen McClain. We knew about Jermaine Matthews and Iggy, Davis Igbinosun, and Devin Sanchez. You knew was going to rise. He's a 5-star, and that's legit. I'm talking about the corner spots and Lorenzo Styles Jr. the way he's playing. But Jalen McClain replacing Lathan Ransom, as I called him. Remember the middle of the year last year, I kept calling downs and ran some Sidewinder missiles on this F-16 of a defense. It could fire. I mean, Jalen McClain is coming off the rails really nice, man, is that replacement Sidewinder missile. I really like what he's brought.
The only reason I brought up Curry is because I thought maybe coming out of spring that Bo Atkinson would be challenging Curry. Like there would be more of a, like I thought maybe his name was the one we talked about. Maybe we only talked about it because he was the new guy and the transfer in. But I didn't expect, and Curry, it wouldn't surprise me to see Curry start before the year, but I thought Atkinson was going to have a lot more to say about that.
Yeah, but, we've all watched Curry flash. And then when you figure, these guys were behind JT Tuimoloau and Jack Sawyer for a couple of years, not just 1 year. You just figured that flash had to turn into a strobe at some point, and I think Curry has turned into a strobe. I mean, he was on another level at Washington a couple of weeks ago. It was kind of crazy to watch him how quick he was, much less he wasn't bull rushing all the time. He was, in his defense now, they have that set where he's in the middle of the defense and coming off the ball. That is a true mismatch, Caden Curry, against a center trying to block him by himself. So I agree with you about Curry, but I think Jalen McClain, though, is the guy they really needed to step up to really make that secondary complete, and he's definitely done it.
All right, Tim May, you know what time it is. It is time for you to release your headline of the week. When Buckeye Nation wakes up on Sunday morning and they finish some blueberry waffles and they think to themselves, wait a minute, I have not read what Tim May had to say about Ohio State and Illinois. What will your headline read?
I don't know, but I give kudos to you because you come up with a different way of saying exactly the same damn thing every week.
When they say Lego my ego, what will
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Holding. How about this? Buckeyes maintain poise, drop hammer on Illinois. And see, when you look at it, it looks like it should rhyme, and it almost does.
Wait, was that the headline, or were you making a statement there at the end?
No, I think the headline does make a statement.
No, I get that. But...
Buckeyes maintain poise, drop hammer on Illinois.
Okay, I like it.
Said he wanted some additional points for it almost rhyming. I think that's where
it looked.
Right.
There we go. I don't even know what you call it when something looks like it should rhyme, but it's
called slant rhyme.
Yeah.
Now I got many friends who say Illinois. So I could have gone that route. You see where I'm going?
I got it.
They quiet the Illinois.
I'll follow your drift.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
We'll see you bright and early at the casino, my man.
I can't wait to get my chips and go all in with you fellas.
Let's do it. All right. That's Tim May, our guy on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. We come back top of the hour fan sports update, and we'll check in on the old Heisman odds and maybe a deeper conversation on whether or not this needs to be broadened a little bit. And also, what do we do now with our $5 that we lost on the CBJ? We'll talk about it next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We've been your Jackets flagship station since day one. All the goals, all the action, all the memories. Your home for the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we help Tom.
Hi, my name's Tom. I've been a patient at Tri-State Men's Health, and I'm being treated for low testosterone. I didn't really notice the issue of just the energy and feeling slow in the middle of the day and waking up feeling as if I hadn't even gone to bed. When I walked into Tri-State Men's Health, I was extremely impressed from the get-go with the results of the treatment. I wake up in the morning now with clarity. I have had more energy in working out. I definitely have increased my strength. I would say that if there are men out there who experience some of the same problems that I did with inability to sleep well and waking up without feeling refreshed and having your energy flagging throughout the day, go see Tri-State Men's Health. It's changed my life, and it'll change yours too.
Thanks, Tom. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Hey, Columbus. It's Lorenzo Stiles Jr., Ohio State student athlete. Football runs deep in my family. My dad played here, and now my brother and I are proud to carry on that tradition. At Monogram Homes, family matters too. They treat every homeowner like one of their own, building with care, precision, and pride. Monogram doesn't just build houses, they build homes. crafted just for you. So whether you're starting your first home or designing your dream space, Monogram Homes has got your back every step of the way. Visit monogramhomes.net to start building today. Monogram Homes, a builder you can trust.
You've heard about the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Yeah, that's an old one. My dad told that one to me. But when it's your real feet, it's not a game. It's awful. Hey, it's Anthony. I had pain in my feet and my lower back, so I went to the Good Feet store and got the support I needed in my shoes that changed the game for me. I went in and they personally fit me for arch supports that would be perfect for my feet. The fitting process is simple. They ask the right questions about exactly what I was experiencing and the lifestyle I want to be able to live. They professionally measured my feet and arch size, and before I knew it, I was wearing my new arch supports home. Get back to living the life you love with the Good Feet store. For more than 30 years, they've taken great pleasure in helping thousands discover the comfort they've been dreaming of. I'm a customer. I have their 3-step system put into all of my shoes. Get professionally fitted at the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway or Stringtown Road in Grove City. Learn more at goodfeet.com.
Around here, it's all or nothing, and Toyota has more all-wheel drive choices than anybody, like the family-size Highlander and the bigger, more powerful Grand Highlander. Now through November 3rd, get a new 25 Highlander or Grand Highlander with 4.75 APR financing, or you can get 5.75 APR financing on hybrid models with approved credit through TFS. Plus, you get 2 years no-cost maintenance. For complete details, go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at tmobile.com.
Would you enjoy watching a football game if the officials were paid a bonus for every flag they threw? Or a basketball game where the refs got paid for every foul they called? Okay, how about hiring a furnace and AC company that pays its technicians by the number of parts they can sell you? Hi, this is Dennis, president of Care Heating and Cooling, and today, this is how many companies operate. They call it performance pay, and it rewards technicians by paying them more for billing you more. Why is this bad? Because it abuses your trust in a technician to be treated fairly and honestly. At Care, we've been family-owned for 31 years and have always paid our technicians by the hour for repairs. We'll show you exactly what needs to be fixed and why, and give you our low upfront cost before we start. And unlike other companies, our technicians will never be rewarded for throwing more flags. Our Central Ohio-based staff is here for you 7 days a week. Care Heating and Cooling. Book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com or call us at 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. Number 1 Ohio State facing their second road test of the season tomorrow at number 17 Illinois. A big noon kick here on the Fan. Pregame coverage gets underway at 6:30 in the morning. The NFL has initiated a review of the New York Giants' handling of rookie quarterback Jackson Dart's concussion protocol. Dart grabbed his head after taking a sack in the third quarter last night and had to go to the blue tent. Major League Baseball playoffs, we have a Game 5 as Seattle hosts Detroit at 8. The winner will face Toronto in the American League Championship Series. And Sister Jean, Loyola Chicago's chaplain, who came to fame during the basketball team's improbable run to the Final Four in 2018, has died at the age of 106. Roosters has given away 12 Ultimate Buckeye experiences, tickets, sideline passes, and trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Register today at roosterswings.com.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and I feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Low T Center. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
All right, hour number 3. Scott Ritchie, News Gazette, covers the Illini at 2:30. All right, he'll give us the inside slant on whether that team is showing up at all tomorrow. And they may show up in their minds. In fact, I expect that. I do. They rebounded from their embarrassment. They know this is a season saver in some area. I mean, if they were to pull it off, then it changes everything for them. I mean, it honestly erases everything because Ohio State is biggest and best in the land right now. So there's certainly a ton to play for Illinois, but it feels like a mismatch on paper with the way Ohio State should be able to attack their secondary, the way Sayan's been throwing the ball, the way the Illini have not been able to run the ball, and the way that they're giving up like the league most sacks. Like this seems tailor-made for Ohio State. It's on the road. Ryan Day's trying to get them to stay focused, which they have. And here they are as a 14-point favorite. So it's one of those things where I could see Illinois showing up, but in the end it won't matter. Like, because they're not evenly matched. I think before the season, I looked at this game differently. I looked at it as, okay, Illinois got a lot of guys coming back.
Yeah.
This is that maybe they'll be taken lightly by some people, but then they got overhyped and maybe overranked, and then they got depleted, and then the snowball happened at Indiana, and now everyone's forgotten them. So that's why I kind of moved it into a trap game mentality, but
I don't think
not quite there.
I don't think people should be looking at them through that lens. I mean, we talked about that Indiana game and what wasn't available to them, right? Especially on the defensive side of the ball. Now, offensively, they didn't have a good day up front, as you mentioned. Like, the offensive line for them has been a problem. So Caden Curry, Arvell Reese, Caden McDonald, those guys are probably licking their chops from some of the things that they're seeing on film. But for Illinois, like, they don't get teams like this often. And what I mean by that is everything that they brought back, the experience that they have at the most important position. Like, to have a roster like this for Illinois, you have to cash in. Now, that's easier said than done, especially when you have the team coming into your building that is just a dominant force right now and can take away what is supposed to be one of your biggest strengths, and that is what you have under center. And so if Ohio State stays out of their own way, if they can play clean football, not give Illinois extra first downs or anything silly like that, they should have decent control of this game. I think Illinois is going to offer some resistance early in the game, but I think what we've seen from teams throughout the years that, while yes, you can go into the locker room with confidence and feel like, hey, we're hanging around. Washington, Ohio, Texas, teams have done it. But what are you going to do round for round after that to win the fight? And nobody's been able to answer that question. On Ohio State side of things, they have made adjustments too on the fly to take away strengths of teams. And so they stick to that formula. They get Julian to play the football that he's been playing and be clean and efficient the way that he has been. There's going to be opportunities on offense for Ohio State to make some big-time plays based off of what Illinois has been showing here.
Yeah, that's how I see it. I think that's how most people are looking at this game on paper. As far as Ohio State as a team, you know, we haven't talked a lot about the Heisman with the quarterback or the receiver this year, and maybe rightfully so because it's a stat award. And although Julian Sayin certainly has a great team around him, but he's been as efficient as anyone. He hasn't been asked to do crazy amounts like maybe some of these other quarterbacks have been asked to do to try to keep their teams afloat, whether it's Ty Simpson or Mateer or even Mendoza for Indiana. Dante Moore obviously had a good game at Penn State. Carson Beck is doing a lot more than people thought. Jeremiah Smith is actually tied for like the third in Heisman odds right now that I've seen in some places at like 8-1. I don't know where Bet365 has him, but in certain Vegas spots, I've seen him as high as 8-1. But his quarterback is nowhere to be found, and it's not like they've played cupcakes. They've beaten Texas. I know they seem overrated right now. Washington was a game where he played really well. He's put his head down against Minnesota. He hung in there. I mean, if you're watching the games, this guy has been and maybe it's the efficiency, that's hurting him because it's a Heisman Award and it's more of like highlight reel kind of things. And Carnell Tate has looked great when he's been off on the deep ball. Carnell Tate has actually made the catches, these circus grabs. And I remember saying to you like a couple weeks ago, or maybe even last week, that if Carnell Tate was Jeremiah Smith and he made a couple of those grabs, like I think Jeremiah might be way up there.
So at Bet365 right now, the leader in the clubhouse is Dante Moore plus 500, Carson Beck plus 650, Ty Simpson plus 750, and then Jeremiah's plus 950 at Bet365. Julian's 14-1. So he's tied with Fernando Mendoza right now.
He's 80% for the year.
Yeah. I think
it's
what this speaks to is sometimes with awards, narratives matter, and narratives in the preseason matter. And I think one of the narratives before we started the season was Jeremiah Smith's Heisman chances because of the unknown at quarterback and his dominance as well, right? And I still think that there's a little bit of Julian's success is because of instead of the other way around. So he's got to fight through some of that. And I don't know if he could overcome that at any point in time because obviously every time he puts the rock up, more times than not, it's going to go to Jeremiah and Carnell and what he's doing there. And so I can understand why Vegas isn't on board yet. Maybe after this weekend, that will change. I do think he is deserving of some Heisman conversation right now.
That's all I'm saying.
That's for sure.
I'm not launching him to the top.
Yeah.
I mean, Mendoza has a much better TD to pick ratio than not much better, but better. And it's about what you said. So Ohio State's too damn good right now. So they don't look at it as you got an MVP at quarterback.
It's kind of like the Mac Jones, Devonta Smith situation, right? Like that year, people looked at Devonta as the reason why, instead of Mac Jones being the reason why Devonta Smith was having the success. I think Julian's fighting some of that right now.
I mean, Dante Moore has 14 touchdowns to 1 pick, and he's 75%. So he's not anything. He's no slouch himself.
They both finished in the top 3, though.
You think they're going to finish in the top 3?
I'm saying if that's the comparison, then it's possible because it went Devontae 1, Trevor Lawrence 2, Mac Jones 3.
Yeah.
So it can be possible. And obviously, we know with the Heisman Trophy that the final 2 weeks of the season have a huge bearing on how this goes. So, obviously, if both of them have a big performance in a Big Ten championship game against maybe an Oregon, that would bode extremely well for them.
Wouldn't the votes be in already or no?
No, it's after conference championships.
Right
Saturday.
after that, okay.
I'll tell you what, man.
Which goes to an idea that was discussed pre-show. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut.
No, you're good, man. You're good. Based off of schedule alone, Ty Simpson's got a chance to have those showcase games and moments, AR, like just based off the raked opponents left.
But they got
on his
win.
schedule. No, I know that's the other side of it. I'm just thinking, like, you know what I mean, like
He
how some of that
does.
stuff matters, right? Like they weigh into who you played, those big time games, and you just look at his schedule and where he's at and the momentum that he has right now. I can see Ty Simpson getting a lot of love if they can get through this thing fairly clean, and he continues to throw up pretty good numbers.
You know what's weird about, you kind of go into the stats because it tends to be a stat award, but you got to be on a very good team. And if you had a guy, if I said this guy is 7th in passing at 73.5% and has almost 1,600 yards and has 12 touchdowns and no picks, who would you think I'm talking about?
In the conference and the country?
Country. 74%, almost 1,600 yards, 12 touchdowns, no picks.
So there's got to be someone we're not talking about.
I'm not saying it's somebody on Baylor or Duke, or I'm not doing that.
So who is this guy? 75. You said 12 to
74%, 1,573 passing yards, 12 touchdowns, no picks.
It can't be Trinidad because he hasn't played long enough.
You'll never get it.
I think this is a bit of a trick question.
It's not a trick. It's not a trick question, but it's an unbelievable thing.
Carson Beck.
No, it's not him. Hold on. Don't tell me yet.
I don't know how you would get it. Like I don't even know how it would pop.
It's got to be someone who has.
He's got to be on some type of relevant team. Like this can't just be. He's not AR's not trying to pull a quick one on us with an unranked team.
Hold on.
Or anything like that.
Who would be like
it can't be.
Who would be like an Uwe Ungalale who like just keeps getting demoted to worse schools? Like someone who we would have written off like 2 years ago.
Nico's body of work in that game last week was great. Everything else isn't good enough.
I'm going to tell you.
No,
they're
tell you who it is.
It's not Nico.
I'm going to tell you who it is. You guys are going to laugh.
Who is it?
It's Luke Altmaier. The guy they play this week.
I halfway considered that because Luke Altmaier last
week. Is that
week,
unbelievable?
I think it is unbelievable.
It's the all those passes more than 50 yards. He's got a lot of them.
Here's why I didn't.
He's been on his back 19 times. He's got 12 TDs and no picks.
I did consider him because I was doing the updates of their game last week during our pregame shows, and he had like 390 yards and one incompletion or something like that. However, because they got killed by Indiana like 63-10, I assumed like they had to have had a turnover.
Not by him.
He's playing clean football right now.
I mean, he's the most experienced. He's thrown for a lot of yards. He's getting sacked a lot, and somehow he's not turning it over, even though I thought he should have had multiple picks against Indiana. And he's top 7 in the country in stats.
Shoot, you may have actually said that during the show that he didn't throw a pick against Indiana. So if I were listening, I would have had it.
Did. And
dang it,
you were eating that Euro. Sorry.
Probably.
The fact remains,
or texting
Illinois would have somehow. This is the big if. Illinois would have beaten Indiana, like if they would have been better in their secondary, healthy or whatever. This guy would be a Heisman candidate right now.
That's interesting for sure. That you bring that up.
There's one way you can get back in there.
Well, he'd have to play huge on Saturday.
Dante Moore is the favorite. He has another good performance against Indiana. There's not a ranked opponent left on Oregon's schedule. And so he may be able to rack up just some sexy numbers, and they may just look at Oregon as a dominant team with the quarterback under center attached to a dominant team. And Dante Moore might mess around and do this because this is going to be a showcase game this weekend, and I think they're going to clean up after this, that being the Ducks.
I said to Scotty Vegas, I said, bet him before the Penn State game.
Dante Moore?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good call.
And now here we are. Now we'll see. I'm obviously rooting for Mendoza to have a better game, but this thing is fluid. We're still early. You're right. There's a lot of movement here.
Oh, yeah.
But it tends to go to a guy in a very good team. And that's kind of where we are. All right, we'll come back with a pre-snapper. Is this the most overrated team in the NFL right now? And what one of their weapons is saying. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Never have I been so excited to get a whiff of sweaty jock straps. It's Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Yay, football, the fan.
When you're ready to sell your car, another reason to choose Hinder Motor Company is the easy, fast, fair, and hassle-free way to sell. This is Justin Hinderer. We pay top dollar for your vehicle, whatever the make or model, and no purchase is necessary. Consider trading and get even more toward your next vehicle. Drive in today and leave with cash, or get a great deal. See why it's a pleasure doing business. Just visit HinderMotorCompany.com.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this. Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose, so you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on money lines, spreads, totals, or player props.
$200 in bonus bets when new customers bet just $5. It's the only betting app I use. Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. In-app only. You've heard about the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Yeah, that's an old one. My dad told that one to me. But when it's your real feet, it's not a game. It's awful. Hey, it's Anthony. I had pain in my feet and my lower back, so I went to the Good Feet store and got the support I needed in my shoes that changed the game for me. I went in and they personally fit me for arch supports that would be perfect for my feet. The fitting process is simple. They ask the right questions about exactly what I was experiencing and the lifestyle I want to be able to live. They professionally measured my feet and arch size, and before I knew it, I was wearing my new arch supports home. Get back to living the life you love with the Good Feet store. For more than 30 years, they've taken great pleasure in helping thousands discover the comfort they've been dreaming of. I'm a customer. I have their 3-step system put into all of my shoes. Get professionally fitted at the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway or Stringtown Road in Grove City. Learn more at goodfeet.com. Hey, it's Anthony for Orthopedic One. I'm not invincible anymore. I never was, but I refuse to punt on things I still love to do. That's why over the past several years, when I've had things creep up, like back pain, shoulder issue, elbow problem, I've had it all, I've always chosen Orthopedic One. That's because Orthopedic One is Ohio's largest physician-owned orthopedic practice with 60 physicians in every specialty. Find a physician or location near you at orthopedic1.com. Orthopedic One. This is where you go to get better.
1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS for Kids.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wensing.
As we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, we recognize the enormous contributions of Hispanic and Latino Americans in our country. And we recognize the importance of ensuring all students are respected and reflected in their curriculum. Let's make sure our students can be proud of who they are so they can dream big for the future.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Helping a new driver get ready for their road test? Here's a convenient new way to make the most of your 50 hours of required practice driving time. The Road Ready Ohio app, available now at no cost to new drivers and their families. Road Ready Ohio keeps track of your driving experience together, providing feedback and safe driving tips. It even generates the documentation you need for the Ohio BMV. The Road Ready Ohio app, free to download in the Apple and Google App Stores.
Morning Juice is now live on YouTube. Join Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Thudoff weekday mornings from 6 to 8.
Just search 971 The Fan to catch the live experience or watch on demand.
The Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
After quite the chilly start, we rebound nicely this afternoon with plenty of sunshine and highs right around 70. For tonight, mostly clear overnight with our lows down into the 40s, so not as cold. And then we kick off the weekend with mostly sunny skies and our highs getting into the low 70s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Free Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF. Or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
All right, a little Bet365 time.
Let's get into it. Listen closely. New customers at Bet365, they're taking care of you guys right now because all you have to do is bet $5 and you are going to get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $200 into something bigger and better when you bet on totals, money lines, spreads, or player props. The choice is yours. So don't miss out on this. And also, keep an eye out for those daily boost and super boost at Bet365. They got some really cool stuff happening over there. We've been talking a little bit about this baseball game throughout the show, win or go home, between the Detroit Tigers and the Seattle Mariners. Tarek School was out there on the bump for the Detroit Tigers, but I don't care. I'm looking at Cal Raleigh, and I'm looking at an anytime dinger at plus 320 tonight. I like that. Look, he's a switch hitter. He can stay away from the left-on-left stuff. With Scooble, he's hit 20-plus home runs from each side of the plate. So that gave me some confidence. I'm going Kyle Raleigh plus 320 to hit a home run tonight out there in Seattle.
Why don't I just lean into Seattle with you a little bit? I'll take the over on a half a hit for Naylor.
Okay.
A total base.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like
base
it.
for him.
Congrats to Josh Naylor and his wife. I think they either had a baby or are about to have a baby. I did not know he was married. That's good stuff there. So, yeah, again, download the Bet365 app. Check them out. Really cool deals happening. and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. You must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. In app only.
And may the odds be ever in your favor.
All right. The old fantasy team. I'm ready to punt the Eagles defense. I think this is the most overrated. This feels like the most overrated team in the NFL right now. Their defense is awful. Their offense is ugly. I know they have a winning pedigree and all that. I'm not counting them out. But they're a 4-2, and they just feel like a paper mache defense. I cannot believe Jackson Dart was great last night. He got out of every mess. I don't know how they didn't sack him. They had a million times early.
Yeah.
But I am so down on this Eagles defense. They're really, Matty, they're just pathetic. I can't understand it. They can't cover anybody. They can't get after the quarterback. It's weird.
Yeah, it's eye-opening. I'm not going to go freaking out too much about it just yet. Like, Jalen Carter didn't play in that game. That's obviously a big deal. But you're right, AR. Like, just overall, it just hasn't felt as strong as it's felt in the past. And maybe some of that Super Bowl hangover is now catching up to them. But the way that they've started off being, 4-1, you could have not afford, but that loss isn't the end of the world if you're Philadelphia for me. And actually, before we get to any more Philadelphia stuff, how about the energy and the vibe now around the Giants? Like, just how quickly things can change when there's
Scatterbo.
Well, there's a belief under center too. I think
That's
it's Dart. It's the Dart effect. Now, like, that team was just so down and out emotionally. Like, Russell Wilson falls flat on his face. Years prior to that, you went through the whole Daniel Jones thing, and now you've got this combination of two rookies coming in and just providing juice and energy into that team and into that entire fan base. So credit to them. And Jackson Dart's doing this without Malik Neighbors right now. So, yeah, it feels like they found their guy, but
his feet and his ability to kind of put bad stuff in the background.
Yeah, it's a real weapon.
And Scatterbo he's amazing.
A force, man.
That
He's
guy,
a force.
every play, he runs like it's his last.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And New York fan base is falling in love with that dude. He's taking his shirt off on the set with Ryan Fitzpatrick after the game. Like, it was absolutely wild. But the team that they took out, the vibes, man, they're getting worse and worse by the week. And there was a report that Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown had a meeting of the minds, right? The leaders of the team, the leaders of the offense had a meeting, and A.J. Brown was asked after the game how that meeting went, and here's what he said.
What was behind that? I don't recall the meeting. Oh, okay. The meeting never happened. I don't know what you're talking about. Those guys said it did happen. No, you ain't talked to them. You weren't in the meeting? No, I don't recall. Or you don't want to just talk? I don't recall.
All right.
That's bad, man. That's really bad.
Well, apparently his memory's been jogged.
He followed up with a tweet post.
I don't care about the tweet.
Yeah.
What he said in that clip, AR, is as real as it gets, and that is a guy telling us without telling us that I ain't happy here right now. And if you can move me elsewhere, I would like that. That's what I'm hearing and feeling from A.J. Brown right now.
ICE doesn't care, but for everybody else out there, A.J. Brown tweeted this at 1:08 today, so he tweeted it mid-show. Just to clear this up, that wasn't a meeting or a sit-down. I said, I don't recall because it got painted like there was tension and Say had to step in. That's not true. I was walking in my car, saw them, and stopped to talk. Nothing more.
That's actually worse to me.
Yeah, wait, hold on.
That actually makes it worse to me.
I don't think that necessarily. I think he said something at the beginning. Let's check this again.
What was behind that? I don't recall the meeting. Oh, okay. The meeting never happened. I don't know what you're talking about. Those guys.
He said, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, apparently he learned what they're talking about.
Barkley and Hurts downplayed the meeting part, I think, to try to help him. But when they were asked about it, but they both acknowledged it took place.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
So he was intentionally being an ass last night.
Yeah, where the meeting took place, I don't know. But the Philly Voice reported, which first reported the news, that it lasted several hours. This wasn't just we're walking to our cars like you and I when we leave and we talk for 5 minutes.
We parked right next to each other,
Yeah.
and we had a few words before we got in our cars and drove home.
Yeah. To me, it's a wide receiver that last year, watched the new weapon coming in, Saquon, changed the offense. He was cool with that for a year because he had to be. They were winning. They won a Super Bowl. You now flip the page, and you're going down this same road again, and you're racking up 40 yards a game and 50 yards a game. And it's like, I can understand why a receiver would be frustrated. And the pick that Jalen Hurts threw late in that game on the sideline that almost ran back to the crib, you go look at that. That play was drawn up well because A.J. Brown's in one-on-one coverage. He beats his guy across the middle, and that should have been a touchdown. And so when those things continue to happen for A.J. Brown, like, I don't know if he's handling it the best. I don't know.
He's not.
But
think about that, by the way. You played, man. Think about it.
You know,
that's a good breakdown out of you.
Played a little bit,
yeah.
but you can see the body language from A.J. Brown in those type of situations to where he's fed up with Jalen Hurts not getting him the ball when he is open. And then so you get that.
Did you see him overthrow Smith last night?
Yeah, that was tough.
So tough. They're just a mess, and he's not helping AJ.
And Devontae didn't give up on that one like AJ did last week.
Here's the deal. And that's why, by the way, Ryan Day all week, the unselfish. It's harder than ever now, especially in college now. Like, he's admitted, he understands. You know how big this is, that you can stay unselfish and not care about touches? I mean, it's important that Jeremiah Smith isn't talking about getting more touches or where am I in the Heisman voting. Like, it's real. Some guys are. A.J. Brown's not that guy.
No,
he's not. And he's not going to accept it.
And he's not going to be accepting of it, or especially now when they're starting to lose. When you're winning, there's only so much you can do.
That's right.
Now that they're losing, I think he's going to dig in even more.
They tried to get him the ball. It's not the offense. They're not that team.
It's the quarterback, man. And they just, I don't know. It's tough.
They should be relying on their defense more than they are.
They got Minnesota on deck and then the Giants. Ooh, so they get 2 out of 3 weeks they face the Giants. That'll be interesting.
All right, those are your pre-snap reads for today. Going to come back in 2 minutes with Scott Ritchie. News Gazette covers the Illini. We'll find out what their week was like, what Bielema's been saying, how much he's talking up an opportunity, or how much they're just trying to lay in the weeds a little bit. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
You know me, when it comes to big moments like popping the question, I always say, I've got a guy. That guy is Bob Capace at Worthington Jewelers.
Thanks, Common Man. Right now, it's our fall bridal sale. Buy one, get one 50% off. Engagement rings, wedding bands, wedding jewelry. We've got it all.
If you want sparkle, you want quality, and you want to save big, trust me, I've got a guy.
That's me. Come see us at Worthington Jewelers.
Worthington Jewelers,
where Columbus gets engaged.
Treat yourself to a new ride from Coughlin Chevrolet. Lease a new 26 Chevy Trailblazer or 25 Trax, $189 a month. New 26 Chevy Equinox, $239 a month. Or a new 26 Silverado, just $369 a month. Visit CoughlinChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
Coughlin has a car for you. 36-month lease with $39.99 due at signing, plus tax, title, and license. 10,000 miles per year, 25 cents per mile over. See dealer for details. Ends 10/31/25.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
This month only, new car leases start at $99 a month. Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit on 25 Elantra SE, $39.95 down, plus tax, title, and fees. Ends 11/3.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax, and not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Big Game Preview.
Sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you.
All right, Buckeyes tomorrow, high noon, Champaign, 2 touchdown favorites. The Illini licking their wounds a little bit from the Indiana debacle. They've righted the ship result-wise, how much they have. to bring to the table against the Buckeyes. We'll find out from our guy, Scott Ritchie, News Gazette, covering the Illini. Scott, welcome, bud.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
How many guys are they getting back in that secondary for this one?
I mean, I think it should be fine, except for, Xavier Scott is out for the foreseeable future, probably the season. But other than that, like Jaheim Clark came back and played, I thought, really well against Purdue. Matthew Bailey has been dinged up a little bit, but hasn't really missed much time. Matt Krasevich, kind of same deal. He should, I think, be good to go. He's practiced this week. So secondary should be as healthy as they can be without Xavier Scott. But without Xavier Scott is still kind of a big deal.
Let's flip it to the offensive side of things and talk about Luke Altmaier and the season that he's having. Last year, I thought it looked pretty good for him, and now here he is with even more experience, having a chance to knock out the number one team in the country. But for Luke Altmaier, his skill set, break that down for us, the pros and cons of his game right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess to start with, it's maybe kind of telling, when you can get a quarterback to have the same coordinator for 3 years, and that's a good thing. And you don't really see that so much anymore in college football. But Luke obviously got good arm, can run the ball a little bit. They'll design a few run plays for him, and he's capable of that. And he put on some weight in the off season, about 15 pounds, and he was talking this summer at Big Ten Media Days. It was like he felt big enough he could run over some people, and then Barry Lundy, the offensive coordinator, responded to that as like, Barry's like, yeah, I put on some weight too, but it doesn't mean I should be running over anybody. But just super confident as well. Has really established clearly a really good connection, with Hank Beatty in the passing game. And say if there's one knock on Luke Altmaier is that sometimes his internal clock fails him, and he takes hits that he really should be getting the ball away. But I suppose after the Indiana fiasco where he was sacked 7 times, the offensive line has protected him a little more, and he hasn't maybe taken some unnecessary hits either.
Scott, what do you think has been more surprising to you where you thought about them before the season up to now? Was it that they haven't found a difference maker in the run game, or they haven't been able to get after the quarterback as much as maybe we thought?
I think it's probably the run game because when you look at it on paper, they return all 5 starters on the offensive line and 3 running backs that all contributed at some point last season. And it just hasn't quite been there. Aiden Lawfrey has dealt with an injury, an ankle injury he suffered at Duke, and then it's just kind of lingered a little bit. But Caden Fagan hasn't maybe had that moment that everyone thought he could, that they're still waiting on. Khalil Valentine got the most carries at Purdue, 22 was career high. Like, he had 10 maybe as his high in the game before. So I think he's kind of got the mix of a little bit of power since he put on some weight, plus a real shiftiness to him. And just as a sophomore, he's still kind of learning the game at this level. But I may look for him to kind of be the guy by season's end, but I would have expected them to run the ball better. I mean, as good as the passing game has been, I wonder a little bit like how much better it might be if they could run the ball and teams didn't have several moments in games where they could just send everybody and tee off on Luke Altmaier because it's 3rd and 9 and they have to throw the ball.
Is there a guy that may not be on Buckeye fans' radar that either on offense or defense you could see making a couple plays, like an X-factor guy for you that's maybe a little underrated that you felt week in and week out has really helped them rack up some of these wins? Who's an underrated guy to watch for in this game?
I'll give you 2, and they're both in the secondary. Like one, I mentioned, Jaheim Clark. I don't know if he's underrated. He just was hurt at the beginning of the year and missed the first for 4 games, 4.5. So he's really good. He just they haven't seen a lot of him yet this year. The other is Tanner Heckel, who's replaced Xavier Scott at that nickel bat spot, and like kind of just a freak athlete. He's not overly big, but got super bouncy. He's a former basketball player, and like at 5'10", could dunk all over the place. But good athlete. He just needs more experience. And I think he could be really good, but he's made some big plays. Had an interception and a forced fumble at Duke, and really his first opportunity. So, I mean, it's a guy that is probably going to see a lot of action with the way that Ohio State has been operating in the passing game. So, it'll be interesting to see if he can make some plays.
Does Brett Bielema think that he can slow the game down? Is that his plan, or can he go toe-to-toe and swing big and try to be aggressive early to keep the crowd in it? Because Ohio State has been kind of a slow starter lately. Like, what? Not that he's revealing the game plan to you or me or anybody else, but what is your sense of how he's going to approach it?
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd be the last person he'd reveal the game plan to, but I'd be pretty close. I think his MO has always been, here at Illinois and maybe his previous stops, is like he's going to play a pretty deliberate style. Like, he's not overly concerned about getting out there and putting together a 90-second drive. Like, he'll grind it out if that's what it takes. And if it keeps the ball out of Julian Saint's hands, more the better. Whether Illinois can do that, we'll see. It's going to obviously come down to their offense being able to extend some drives, which they can do. I don't know that they've done it consistently at the season. It'll come down to their defense being able to get off the field, which they have struggled with. So at some point, might have to take big swings because that's the way the game turns. But I think the preference is to really just turn this into that sort of prototypical Big Ten grinder.
Scott, what were the expectations for this year's team prior to the season, and how much of those expectations have changed after the Indiana game?
I think going into the season, it was definitely this could be a playoff team. That's what they were definitely shooting for. Picked fourth in the Big Ten in the preseason. I think that sort of reflected not only the expectations inside the program, but from outside as well. I don't want to say the Indiana game was the end-all, be-all of their playoff chances. They can't take another loss like that. I mean, I think hypothetically, Illinois loses to Ohio State tomorrow and then wins out. And it was 10-2. Tomorrow's game has to be close. If it's another blowout to what's like an assumed playoff team, that's just the selection committee, which are human beings instead of computers, are going to see this was really bad. They lost it to two playoff teams and didn't compete. Like, we're not going to include them even at 10-2, even with what's turned out to be probably a good win at Duke, which would include a win at Washington. But like, I think there's still playoff hopes in Champaign, but it's a fine line between sort of reaching that goal and seeing it all kind of slip away.
Yeah, I'm with you. And then the other part is they need USC to somehow keep winning. Beat Michigan, beat Notre Dame, somehow stay afloat and make that win look better. Scott, enjoy it, my man. We'll see if it's competitive. Thanks, bud.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Scott Ritchie, News-Gazette, covering the Illini.
Let's give away 2 tickets right now, AR, to see Larry the Cable Guy at Mershon Auditorium Friday, February 20th, 614-821-9710 is TLC's hotline number. Earlier in the program, Ryan Baker stuck around to talk a little bit of jackets. He was adamant that he wanted one specific jacket out on the ice in a critical moment. Who was the guy Ryan Baker was banging the table for? You get that right, you're getting 2 tickets to see Larry the Cable Guy February 20th. Again, TLC's hotline number is 614-821-9710.
We come back with Tell the Truth and our final predictions for Saturday. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
We're known for 3 things: games, conversation, and Common Man yelling about things only he cares about. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Buckeyes, the 2025 football season is here, and that means 3 things: football, game day, and smooth Jameson whiskey. Whether you're catching the game at home, at your neighborhood bar, or soaking up the team spirit at a tailgate, Jameson Ginger and Lime and Ohio State Athletics are a winning combo. So cheers to making game days even better with the official whiskey of the fans. Jameson, proud sponsor sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Taste responsibly.
Jameson Irish Whiskey, product of Ireland. 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof. Copyright 2025, imported by John Jameson Import Company, New York, New York.
Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota, and it's tire time at Tansky Sawmill Toyota. Now through October 31st, you can buy 3 tires and get 1 for $1. Visit TanskySawmillToyota.com to schedule your appointment today, or hurry into Tansky Sawmill Toyota on the corner of Sawmill and 161 in Dublin to get those cars ready for winter. And when you think tires, think Tansky.
Think Toyota. Think Tansky. Think Tansky.
I've had a number of surgeries, and frankly, I don't have time to rehab a surgery and an operation at this point in my life. I didn't want to take time off my kids' activities.
That's why former college and pro football player Bobby Carpenter turned to QC Kinetics. We couldn't be happier saving our patients like him from operating rooms and long recoveries.
I've been able to resume like normal activity for me, which is a lot of running. It's a lot of workouts. I've been very, very blessed with how it's been able to hold up.
For so long, patients have accepted surgery as the only solution. But with new technologies, the medical professionals at QC Kinetics use regenerative treatments, your body's own biologics, to help heal and restore knees, hips, shoulders, and backs.
I actually ran into a friend of mine over at our golf course, and he had his knee done. It felt so well. He'd got his shoulder done. He goes, I can't thank you enough. He'd heard the commercial on the air, and so it's feeling great.
Find out how you can avoid surgery and finally get relief. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Realtors usually charge you 6% to sell your house, but not my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They take 1%. It's in the name. And this is full service. No shortcuts, no for sale by owner crapola. They do it all. Call 614-451-6616.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on the team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply.
Hi, this is Ryan Krieger, and at Krieger Ford, we're offering an amazing $12,000 off MSRP on a new Ford Bronco Badlands. This offer is only from Krieger Ford, so come see us on Morris Road or visit KriegerFord.com today. Home of the Krieger commitment. Best cars, best people, peace of mind.
Friday night can only mean one thing: the Capital Ford High School football game of the week.
This week, Grove City at Pickerington North.
Live coverage starts Friday at 6:30. Your home of Friday Night Lights, The Fan. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Window Nation. Buy 2 windows, get 2 for free. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com now.
All righty, a little tell the truth time, TLC. Who knew that Bake wanted Fance?
We went 1 for 1.
Okay.
And Chris in Columbus got it first try.
Chris, way to go. That means you were bookending the show today. Or maybe you listened to the whole damn thing.
He said he was on the road.
Okay.
So maybe a truck driver.
Okay.
Maybe on vacation on October 10th for whatever reason.
Yeah. Chris,
maybe driving to Champaign. I don't know.
Maybe he's popping champagne. He's just listening to the show at home.
Well, not while he's driving.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that. I thought.
Well, technically, you know what? He said he was on the road. He might be in the back of a limo.
There we go. Maybe he is popping bottles in the back of a limo. Chris, if you're living that lifestyle, more power to you. Hey, man, we appreciate you as always.
Doing the Indy 500 around 270. Just listening to the show.
Oh, man.
Don't give them any ideas.
So what do you got?
All right. So the National Day of the Year calendar has multiple cakes on it today. We got National Decorative Cake Day, like wedding style cake. It's also Angel Food Cake Day. The question is cake overrated? Tell the truth.
I thought you were talking about that gat type of cake.
Gat?
We'll leave that alone.
Fine. All right. Tell the truth. You support BBLs?
I do. I support anybody that wants to change their image and feel better about themselves. I'll leave it at that. I do. Sorry, I got us off track a little bit with the yacht thing. What was your original question? Because
I don't know.
Okay. Angel Food Cake?
No, he asked if cake is overrated.
I don't know. Is it overrated? I don't think it is.
Really?
You don't
like it?
No, I like cake. I just don't consume a bunch of cake.
By the way, gyat,
it's over.
Gen Z slang.
For sure.
Yeah, I was way past my pay grade.
I'll fill you in.
We're walking through the hallways, and I just hear Matty Ice and Tim Hall yelling that at each other yesterday.
Yeah, I don't think cake can be overrated. I don't think it can be overrated. It's a nice dessert. Like when you eat cake, it's not like you're saying this is bad.
But you really only have it on birthdays.
It's overrated. To me, it's overrated. It's not what I would order. But there are about 8 dessert options. I'm not ordering the piece of chocolate cake. While that's good, like you said, that's not it. You're not including cheesecake in this, right? You're just regular cake.
Regular, like birthday cake.
I'll take cake over cheesecake. That's for me.
I will tell you that. T-Bone's buddies over, they do the bumpy cake. Oh, my gosh, dude. He's had that stuff in our fridge here. I had it.
He gets it done?
I kept going back.
Okay.
I'm like, Bone, you got to take this away from me, dude. We can't just have this bumpy cake sitting in the fridge right now.
I guess when you ask, is it overrated, you're asking whether it's like too high up in the rankings of desserts.
Well, because
I'm answering your question. Yes, it is.
No, I agree with you.
For me, it is.
Okay.
If you're adding different variations of it, which wouldn't count, would be
like cookie cake's great.
Like an ice cream cake. Like that's not.
I think that's overrated.
Oh,
ice
really?
Cream, I think ice cream cake is borderline bad.
I am with you on this. Yeah,
ice cream cake with the
ice cream cake
graham like a crust, like a.
That's the
What's
highlight.
the crust that we would use on that?
Well, you have
the Oreo cookie
like
crust
Oreo
or something?
crumble.
Oh my goodness,
that's the highlight of it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So I'm saying I think it's illegal to put it in there because it's not. That's ice cream.
You have 2 solids that need to be kept at 2 different temperatures, so one of them isn't working.
Yeah, ice cream cake ain't it for me. I was never a fan of it as a kid at parties when we had it. Like, no, I love ice cream, but an ice cream cake, it's a no for me.
Ice cream cake next to a regular cake is just a blowout.
Is it?
Like it's not even in the same ball game.
I am out on ice cream cake.
Wow.
Cookie cake, I'm so in on, you wouldn't believe it.
What about a good pound cake? You like that?
I do like a nice pound cake. What about 7-Up pound cake? That's
like
what I grew up on. But no,
7 and 7
pound cake made correctly when it's moist, as my grandmama used to say. That's a win. That is an absolute win. I was always a fan of AR, just like the yellow cake with chocolate icing.
What about a cupcake?
I do.
Those are overrated too.
I do like a cupcake though.
Yeah, like that's to me that's okay. Like that's not when somebody brings out a cake. I'm just like, okay.
What else you got?
Fine. Like I get it. It's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if we're comparing it to like hot fudge sundae or like something that to me it's gonna fall down my ranking. That's all.
I got you.
You traded for a 40-year-old quarterback. What are you waiting for him to develop?
All right,
not waiting. They're going.
He's playing. He's playing.
Good choice.
I got to play this audio. So apparently Kurt Signetti kind of was playing he was playing
how good Lanning is.
He was playing nice with Dan Lanning until possibly he wasn't. So this is Will Compton from the podcast Bussin' with the Boys. And you tell me what to make of this.
I saw Signetti's press conference. I saw him talking about Lanning, young phenom in the college world. Love him, high respect for him. And I tweet, Signetti's lost his fastball. Like, this isn't what has made Signetti great since his time showing up in Indiana. This is a guy that talks shit. I felt like he's lost a massive step. So I get a random text from an Indiana area code. And all it says is, his wife calls me Big Netty. And I said, excuse me, who is this? And then another one rattles off. Dude's got a PhD in hype and an elementary understanding in the second half. I said, is this Coach Cignetti? And he said, a lot of respect for Dan Lanning, young phenom in this game. I love his highlights. You know who else loves his highlights? Incoming Ohio State recruits. And I said, buddy, you got to stop talking about my boy like this. And then another one comes through. No. He recruits players like he's collecting rare sneakers, all flash. I said, what does that even mean? And then he goes, all he does is recruit 5-stars. And I said, is there a punchline to this? He said, Dan Lanning. And then 3 cigarette emojis came after that. And I never heard from it again. I don't know if that's Cignetti, Indiana area code.
Do you think it's
this
him?
This is, first of all, that's way too much information
about a private text exchange.
Well, no, just you can't follow it. Like it's so he's claiming that Cignetti was texting him
to let him know that I still got that trash talk in me if needed.
Indiana is like 1 in 70 something against AP top 5 teams. Like they can't say anything yet.
They can talk a little bit after what they've built.
No,
the last year, but they can talk.
Would he really expect Cignetti to like trash talk Lanning?
I mean, he was the guy that came in here and said, all I do is win, and he called out Ohio State, and like he is that guy.
And it was stupid, but it was at a pep rally. Coaches get caught up in that stuff. This was a straight, no emotion.
I hope it was Kirk Cignetti, because Dan Lanning's got a little crazy in him. Like, you can see it in his eyes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And these two personalities, if there's something there between the two where they're not liking each other, I would be here for that. So I hope that was Kirk Cignetti firing off those texts.
And the fan poll today, what's the result of the game tomorrow? Buckeyes by 1 score, Buckeyes by 2 scores, Buckeyes by 3+, or does Illinois win?
I got them 3+. I got them 38-14.
I got 31-13. Yeah, 31-13.
I thought about the one about the one that just jumped in my mind earlier the week, which was 35-14. But I think Ohio State's going to get a field goal in there.
Okay.
Take 2.
And I am looking at a half-empty bottle of Cavatier, which means that we are just about out of time.
Before we go, if you missed anything from our show, don't worry. You can always catch up wherever you get your podcast. All you have to do is type in Rothman and Ice. Everything we do from noon to 3 will be waiting there for you. Subscribe to the pod as well. Bet365 is the sponsor of the Rothman and Ice podcast. Common Man and Timmy coming up next on a Football Friday.
All right, quick reminder, on Sunday from noon to 4, we're doing the big Gigi's Walking the Dog Rescue Shelter Dog Fest down in the Arena District. All right, so you can go to gigis.org, gigis.org. You can even search for my team. You can sign up to walk, get a free T-shirt. You can donate if you'd like. You can just come down. You don't have to be with a dog. You can be. It's just going to be a lot of fun for a great cause. Walking the Dog this Sunday, noon to 4, Arena District, McPherson Commons there. And I'll be down there. It's really to help all these shelter and rescue animals, and we're changing lives. So join us then. Should be a great day, and we'll talk to you on Monday as well. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Just when you thought afternoons couldn't get any dumber.
You fellas been doing a bit of boozing, have you?
Common Man and Timmy.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
Your home for dub.